Hey, good evening, everybody. This is Mark Weaver live in the booth here at CR Sportsbar, Coon Rapids, Minnesota. My tech guy, John Condor, just got us up and running live. If you get a chance, feel free to send me a quick message on Facebook Messenger or something to let me know that the sound's coming through okay. But we're live. Double header tonight of Scotch double event. And our first match is going to feature Mark Steinhaus and Amanda Garner versus Joey Parisi and Jake Doby. This will be a race to 9 BCA rules, and it is a doubleheader. Our second match will be Brandon Lefty Radke and Marty versus Mindy and Travis E. And that'll be coming up after the conclusion of this match, about a good 10 minutes to wipe the table down and get the balls cleaned up. But we are live. CR Sports Bar Friday night tournament is going on. It is $21 entry as always. Jackpot, I don't have the number in front of me, but I think it's like $3,500. Anything over $3,000 is probably gravy anyways, right? But I think it is around $3,500. And that'll start at 7 o'clock, so you got about an hour to sign up for that. And I am flying solo tonight. Mr. Jerry Johnson is somewhere over, like Clark W. Griswold, maybe driving around a roundabout in Europe somewhere. But he is off for a great vacation with his lovely wife Terry, and we wish him safe travels and have a wonderful, wonderful vacation out there. But we are live tonight. I'll try to have a few people, grab them in here and there, and have them hop in, sit by me, and help commentate the matches. But we are going to go get started on this, and I'll be right back in about a minute and a half. Thanks. So as you see, John Condra is getting the table all freshened up there. They do practice, just so a bit behind the scenes, they do practice on this stream table in the afternoon. You'll see teams come in, and then they'll exchange some time on the table. Just so you know, though, they do not and are not allowed to use the match balls. It's a different set of balls. So every time that we do log on here and start up the stream and you see them banging balls around, they're not actually using the match balls, and players and teams are able to practice all they want. Most often it's just here's an hour and a half, etc. So, but Joey Parisi at the table, and his partner Jake Doby over here getting some fluids in a cup. Keep him hydrated through this match here. Keep the mind sharp. He's tapping his temple, saying got to stay sharp. And upper left corner of your screen, you'll see Amanda Garner and Mark Steinhaus. Race to 9 BCA rules. Quick shout out to our sponsors for this event, Frobik's Towing, Chris Frobik, for all of your towing needs. Anything you need out there towed as far as vehicles, give them a ring. And then also Monticello Auto Service, Ryan Janikowski. And Primo Restoration and Construction. And I could not leave out, of course, the action man, Dave O'Keefe with O'Keefe's Collision, a longtime sponsor of the stream, and also owner and operator over there at Slate, the private club where you can get memberships and a lot of training and et cetera going on there. It's a great facility, and they got great programs over there. So wonderful community here in the Twin Cities, and everybody kind of pitches in and helps everybody promote pool. So we're pretty blessed. But we are live. Again, race to 9, BCA rules. Anyone that's not real familiar with that, I do mention it often in the match, during the match. But one big difference is, of course, if you break and scratch, foul, pop the cue ball off the table. Instead of cue ball in the kitchen, you can put it anywhere on the table. So Mark Steinhaus coming to the table. I would, other than the 10-9, I kind of like I like stripes. Unfortunately, if he takes the 15 and moves that 13 out of there, he's going to do solids a huge favor by moving the 4 and the 6 most likely. So, clearing that 13 out is going to come up with a little bit of a price unless you get out on the rack. I would probably start out with it now, because if you get stuck over on that rail, then you're likely to have that 12 or the 14 in the side pocket, right side pocket too. And that actually, oh my goodness, I was going to say that actually turned out really well, because the 4 and the 6 stayed over there. But that 13 ball had a mind of its own, and look at how it tied up on the 6. That ball was going to go. And then it decided to hug the 6 and have some kind of a close relationship there that only those 2 balls know about. And Mark, you hit that ball pretty good. So Amanda Garner at the table, one of the strong and more jubilant women's player around. Always a upbeat and positive and a lot of fun to have around in pool tournaments, etc. And a member of a couple of strong teams for leagues as well. So she's a really, really good shot. And nice try on that, but the cue ball did find the pocket for a swish. And Jake Doby will be coming to the table. Jake was talking to me a little bit before the match when he was here practicing a little bit. I got to sit here this afternoon, and he wanted to give a shout out to his mom and dad and to his girlfriend. Jake, a very, very well-liked member of the pool community and a strong player as well. I know over the last couple of years, just from my vantage point as, being commentating and maybe spending a lot of time at CRs, Jake has come a long ways with his game, and he's just going to continue to improve too, because he puts a lot of time into it, and he learns from a lot of the right people. So it's always a good foundation for success when you want to get better and you play with people that will help you get better. That's kind of like, it's simple math, but a lot of times we, as pool players, sometimes overlook just how easy that is, just to, play with the right people. People that'll push you a little bit, and then people that you can kind of even push around a little bit. Get a nice little blend and start climbing the ladder. So, Joey Parisi at the table. Sitting on solids. The 6 goes. The thing with the 6, so if he shoots that ball now, that cue ball might go for I don't think it'd end up in the side pocket, but it's going to get away from him. I think it's a ball to come back for. But you almost have to get pretty precise on that 6 too. You see where that 11 is. That'd be an ideal spot. I might actually leave that 6 for my last ball. I normally don't. It's a harder ball to get on, unless he can get on it for the 5 right here. This 5 does give him an opportunity to get straight in on the 6 or a good shot at it. See, look at here. Man, what a good shot, Jake. Now, you don't have to take it quite yet, because look at how this is laying here. If he takes the 1, rolls the cue ball over some, gets on the 3, he'll have an angle on the 2 to float directly at the 6 ball. Here, take a look. Over on the right side of the table, shoot the 1, get an angle on the 3, and then see where the 8 ball is? If you end up a little bit left of there, maybe 6 inches, your natural angle from that 2, you can get an angle where the cue ball will go right to the left of the 8 ball and go right up and end generally in the area where it is. So I think that position will be predicated by that kind of a shot right there. Joey got him a good angle on that 3. Now, if you're Jake, you got to be careful here, because when you come off this rail, you don't want to lose the 2 ball. If you come off, you want to put a little bit of inside on this, because if you come straight up off that bottom rail, you may get the 8 ball in between you and the 2 ball, and then you're in a lot of trouble in this game. So I like how he went around and took a look at that. Good advantage point, and I think he's going to be fine for the 2. It doesn't look as steep as I initially thought. Now, there's that angle that I was talking about. They got almost perfect on that, and this is really, really good, because you can control from this 2 ball coming off that bottom rail and a line right up to the right of the 11 ball. It's almost kind of a natural line up there, and then Jake can just kind of stop shot on the 6 and get Joey on the 8 ball. I like to hit this 2 just a little bit more full and center ball and put a little bit of right on English on it, so that when I come off that rail, that English will spring me right up. You don't want to hit a lot of draw on this, but like that will work. Good shot. Good shot. I really like that pattern that they played. There's a lot of ways to get out on tables, and I think that they really gave themselves a high percentage to get out in this rack, of course, and then win the game, especially with that shot. Good shot, Jake. Well done. 8-ball's pretty much straight in for Joey. And again, we're live here. There is a doubleheader tonight. We have a second match coming up between Brandon Radke, Lefty Radke, and Marty, and they were going to be playing against Minh and Travis, and that'll be a race tonight as well. But we have a lot of pool in this match right here. Good shot, Joey. Good out by those guys, and 1-0, race to 9. Now, Joey and Jake, for those not real familiar, they do play a lot of leagues here. They have, I believe, played Scotch out at Canterbury. When I mentioned Canterbury, it's a horse track down in Shakopee, and held there is some various tournaments. The M8 IBA holds tournaments out there, and they have played Scotch together, and I believe they do leagues as well together, or have in the past. So they have a lot of familiarity, and Mark and Amanda are mainstays in the pool community here as well, for those not real familiar with the pool scene around here, but very, very familiar faces and very well known. Amanda, for her own right, has a lot of tournament success. Mark as well, and Mark is the father, of course, of Mr. T.J. Steinhaus, the kingpin, one could say, but TJ, incredibly strong player, multi-champion in various levels, state, Vanilla national, etc., junior national champion. I mean, it's on and on and on is a list of his accomplishments. It's just remarkable, and you think about the number of people that we have here in this area that just play at a super, super high level. And, everybody, you go from the top to the bottom, everybody kind of plays, whatever level you are, if you want to go letters, CBA, or whatever, everybody plays kind of at the upper of their own division, kind of, if that makes sense. They reflect that the community is strong and healthy, in other words. The people that put on these events and have these venues have provided the equipment and the resources to get better at the game of pool, and it's shown every time we do these streams. And good shot, Amanda, up over a ball. The 14 does go on the right side pocket, but now the 9 ball is able to go in the upper left corner pocket, but you got that 10 and the 15 down there. That 10 and the 15 are a lot of trouble. At some point now, if you notice down there by the 10 ball, the 3 and the 5 are tied up together. The 8 ball's right below them. So that whole little area there is just a cluster. And whoever breaks those balls out is going to do the other team a favor. I might have almost, at this position, oh, good shot, Mark. Wow, uh-oh. Well, Amanda's going to have to bank the 9, but I was going to say, from where he was, I might have actually tried to carry him off the 9 and then make the 1 ball and just put the cue ball up there. I would sell out to 6, but that 7 doesn't have a pocket. The 3 and the 5 don't have a pocket. And the only ball down there, if they take those balls on the side and don't run into them, is a 2 ball. The 2 does go in the right side pocket, but it's not a cinch out if you're solids. And I think Amanda had the right idea there to try to make that ball if she was trying to make the 1. But now from this position, unfortunately for Stripes, Solids does have a breakout from the 6. They could run into the 5. It'll bump the 3 down towards that chalk, almost like directly right at that chalk in the bottom rail. 8 ball will squirt over the right side of the table, and the cue ball should put him on the 3. If he wants to shoot that ball. Now, he could go into the 10 ball with the cue ball with a lot of follow, and then bump into the 5 as well. But I think if you're Solids and if you're Jake, this is go time on this 6 ball. You might not get a better look at breaking up that clusters of the 3, 5, and that whole mess right there. Anytime you have 7 balls around, generally about maybe the size of a little bit more of a basketball area. That's awful tough. So we elected to play a safety instead, which ended up very well. Not real sure if it improved their position, but it certainly didn't hurt it. And Mark and Stripes are put in a lot tougher position. I don't think that 15-11 will actually go. Yeah, I don't think that 15-11 goes as a combo. Yeah, let's see here. 1:10 a.m.
How about 4?
Jerry Johnson, 1:10 a.m. over there. Got a 9-hour tour of non-ready tomorrow. Hey, Jerry. Hope you two are having a great time over there. Be safe, man, and soak all that in. That's what an incredible trip for you. So Amanda on the 10. Now the 8 will go in the lower right corner. And I think it actually goes also in the lower left corner. Mark's taking a peek at it right now. He didn't really slow down too much, so I think it does go. And the 9 will lead back to the 15. 15 does get up to the 9, but then you have some work to come back here for the 8. Now, if you look where the 15 is, if he takes that ball and brings the cue ball up into the middle of the table, like in between the 7 and the 4, he can take the 9 in the upper left corner and go 2 rails with the cue ball and get Amanda straight on the 8 in the lower left corner. Right over there, yes. That's where you want to come off the 9. Now he can take the 9 now and try to get in that spot for the 15, but I think that's almost a harder shot from where he is with the cue ball there. So 9 to the 8 being an easier shape ball than 9 to the 15, I think I start with a 15. Come back to the 9. Just give Amanda an angle where it naturally just goes to the upper end rail over to the right side rail and take the 8. But we're going to go the other direction, which isn't bad either. You can easily get out this way too. So sometimes this kind of a shot is what you have more of a preferences. Now in Scotch doubles, it's maybe pays to get an idea of your partner some, but in singles you may like one of these shots way better than the other, and that'll obviously dictate which route would be better percentage for you. Because I think you can get out either way, and neither way is really right and no wrong. And Amanda does have that 15. It looks like it'll go from there. She might have to put a little bit of outside, and which would, from her position would be left English. Going to the 15, and then if she makes the ball, Mark will be on the 8. So that's the advantageous part about this, is that she doesn't actually have to do a whole lot with the cue ball. Now she's elevating, trying to curve into it. Apparently, nope, she couldn't see it enough to make it. So Joey Parisi at the table. Runs a car repair shop and does some DJing and mixing. I hope I didn't get his side gig wrong, but see him posting all the time on Facebook and stuff. It looks like he has a blast with it, and looks like he's really good at it too. So not my kind of tea at this stage in life to go to those kind of shows, but I tell you what, if you want to go check it out, just check him out on Facebook or add him, and you'll see him advertising for different shows, DJing, and I don't know where they are. The places he's talking about, I've been in the cities for 20-some years now, and I don't know where these venues are that he's posted at. And I'm not trying to mock on that. It's just it's not my genre. So, but go and support him if you're into that kind of stuff. Tell him make sure he sees you and tell him you said hi and stuff. So, but nice safety, very very smart. You could try to run out from where he was, but this is a lot higher percentage. You solve your problem, and you put Stripes in a situation where even if Mark pulls something off here, they likely are not going to win this game. They're in a very tough spot to win this game. However, with that said, if Mark kicks this 15 and does make it in the side, there is a chance of the cue ball ending up over by where he is right now. And Amanda might be able to get on the 8 that way. So he'd come down. Now, the way I would hit it is, you see the middle diamond on the bottom rail? I'm going to go past that, and I'm going to try to cut the ball back with some right English. So when I hit that 15, my cue ball will squirt more to the left. But it's, I mean, so low percentage. And that was a good try to hit. I mean, my shot is very low percentage, don't get me wrong. And I don't even know if it's the right play, but. So Jake Doby at the table. And they're on solids here. The 4, take that first. And it'll be up to Joey if he wants to take that 1 or the 5. The 1, he's going to have to snap that ball back and get in position on the 5 or leave it up there for the 3. So I would feel that the better ball to take from here would be the 5. If the cue ball comes off that left side rail a little bit hot and heavy, you're going to be on the 1. If it doesn't, you pick from the 2, the 3, the 7, or the 1. All kinds of options. Good shot. Good shot. So there is a tournament tomorrow, a couple divisions. I believe the lower division, as normal, is got quite a few entrants, and then the upper division actually had a flurry of activity from the 685 and unders, where they added a bunch today after a promotional post by Billy Benson. So the tournament for the upper division, as last I was told, is on tomorrow. There wasn't a risk of being canceled from lack of entrance, but everybody stepped up, so pat yourself in the back a little bit for those that did, and for those that don't, you're probably busy and have other stuff going on, so that's cool too. A little bit of a short stroke on that one. Cue ball, he wanted the cue ball to come out maybe a little bit more. Not a big deal though. I mean, 7 gets to the 1 real easy here, and then Jake can make up for leaving Joey a little bit long and get him on the 8 from the 1. This, either way from here, 1 to the 7. I like the 7 to 1 myself. Man, that's a good stroke, Joey. Well done. And the right play to play this would be to come 3 rails with this ball. Cue ball to the right side rail, of course, and then go to the upper rail and then the upper left side rail. And come back across the table. I would probably end up playing this for the lower left corner where his bridge hand is like that, but he went a little bit hot and heavy. An important thing on a shot like that is that if you under hit that ball, you're going to have a shot on the 8 ball still in the lower right corner. And if you overhit it, you end up with a bank. And I think Joey will probably, if he makes this, obviously it's 2-0 lead, but if he misses it, he likely will leave Amanda and Mark with a bank in return. And if he can pocket speed it, he might even be able to block that pocket over there. So you got about 40 minutes if you want to sign up for the Friday night tournament, the weekly, $21 entry. Leslie Noonan is here, of course, taking sign-ups. It goes a little bit wide. Now, here's a situation where Amanda, either a bank or a thin cut into the side. A safety play on here, which takes some speed control, is cut the 15. I like cutting the side myself, but if you want to play defensively, you could thin the 15, go up past the side pocket. Cue ball comes back over where she is, kinda, and then the 15 will block the pocket for the 8 ball up there. But in this situation, you're better off playing for the win. You don't want to hand the table back to your opponent. But good try, good try. Tried to tighten that up, or what we call is like pinch that bank when you tighten up the deflection. So Jake will have the 8 ball to go up 2-0. Race to 9 again. We're live, of course, CR Sportsbar, Coon Rapids, Minnesota, the mecca of pool in the upper Midwest. About 40 minutes again to sign up still for the Friday night weekly tournament. $21 entry, $3,500 side pot. First place in this event, though, is 6 big ones. That's $6,000, and second place team will take home $4,000. Quite a little chunk of change. That'll buy a lot of everything, and a little bit of like the big everythings. That's my math. that's maybe that explains a lot of things too, but oh, let's see here. You got to take stripes on this one here. That 9 ball and the 12 ball up there. Well, you don't have to take stripes. The 11-1 will start you out, and the only solid that you'd have to work towards is a 3 and the 5. The 5 or the 7, so. You know, really a riskier shot to start this out. If you wanted to bank that 7 into the 11-1, yes, I'm saying bank that 7 11-1. That is a great starting shot for solids. But I would prefer stripes as well. Let's not get out of control, right? Do the right things, play the right shots, do the more consistent things, play better pool. Kind of miss way back in the day sometimes when I was first starting to play pool, where you just kind of went for everything. You know what I mean? Just slam balls around the table and try the craziest shots because you didn't know any better. You know what I mean? You didn't know. Well, I got to hit this cue ball and get it over there. I'm just going to hit it so it runs through like 7 balls and gets there. And it was just like, man, it was kind of fun back then. Almost like if players played back then and got on the 9-foot table and played some 9-ball, where you'd have to like punch, stroke everything, go around a couple 3 rails, and it was just so much fun. And now age and everything else is caught up, and 9-foot tables almost like playing on a 6x12 ocean table sometimes. So enjoy your youth while you can, you young people. That's what I'm saying. The eyes and everything else start to go. Father time is a handicap that everybody starts to deal with, and that gets taken away however you want to look at it. So Amanda on stripes here. They have a good opportunity to get on board here.
I'd have gone this one first.
See how she can get Mark on the 11 ball.
Has to work to get her down.
And the 11 will be in the right side pocket, and Mark can kind of go into the rail and spin with a little bit of the left, and then try to get on the 10, but it's going to be a little bit tough to get from the 10 back to the 12. I would almost shoot the 12 now, and I might have, like Leslie was saying here in the background too, about shooting the 12 instead of that ball that Amanda had shot. And I kind of agree with that, because if you shot the 12 from there, the cue ball could have ran into the 2 or something. You're guaranteed to get on a ball. And now the work is going to be to get on that 12 ball. Now Mark could take the 10 and bring the cue ball back across the table underneath the 3, and it'll go right up on the upper rail and get on the 12.
He's going to take it
So
knowing it's tougher to get back to.
let's see here what he does. I think I agree with this. Take this ball, but you got to be careful to scratch in the right side pocket. Tendency is to put some right spin on this, and it'll possibly scratch. Oh, he missed the ball, but he got a good hit. Got a good hit, but he hit it too thin going by it, so I actually missed it. That's a tough shot from there, but still in it. That 5-7 is not an easy situation for solids. The 1 will get him there. The 1 will break that out. But they kind of got to get right where that 4 is. And he can take the 6, so that makes it easy. Now, I think the ball, the shape there would have been the 4. Because if he got on the 4 with this, like kind of a stop shot, then Joey could take the 4. Jay could shoot the 1 and run into the 7-5. And then you have the 2 and the 3 both still up table to bail you out if you don't get on a ball from breaking out the 5-7. Likely you're going to be on one of those anyways, but as we've always said in the stream, and the way to be more consistent is don't get rid of all of your bailout balls to do your breakout. Unless you can be certain where they're going to end up. That was a good shot, Joey. That was a good shot. So like here now, Jake may be best advised to just lay over and get Joey on the 1. And the 1 will naturally leave the cue ball, run over to the 5 and the 7. If he walks up to the other end of the table, you see, I think he's going to shape the 3. But you can still go from the 3 to the 1 and then still get out here. Came up a little bit short though. So Joey will have to thin cut or bank. If he banks, he's not going to get on a ball unless he draws back and gets on the 1. I think on this shot here, I'm going to try to go with the cue ball from the left side rail, past the 12. You see where his cue is right there? Past the 12 over to the right side rail, and then into the 10 ball, and leave me a back cut on the 1 where I can run right into the 5-7. And yeah, that's the path I'm going to try. He might be a little bit thin on that 3 to be able to do that, though. We'll see how he ends up here. Yeah, that was. I believe when they look back on that one, that was pattern was just a little bit off. If they early on, if you shape on that 1 ball from where they were, as I mentioned, and go after that 5-7, you got a couple of balls up table. So you got 4 balls that would be wide open, and then the run out gets a little bit easier. The way they were getting on that 3 is they were trying to get so precise on that ball that they almost had to get in a perfect position. I mean, there wasn't much room there between that and that stripe. Whereas if they ran into the 5 and 7 with the cue ball, they're likely going to clear that stripe, and then everything just opens up. So hopefully when they rewatch this, they'll rewind back and kind of look at that pattern a little bit. I think it might have just been a shooting the wrong ball, but we do that so often. I do that all the time. I'm not infallible by any means. That's a good shot, Mark. Well done. Good speed control on the cue ball. Amanda can just do a stop shot on the 11, and then stop shot in the lower left corner, and they're on the board. It's always good to get that first one, ain't it? When you're playing somebody, and that first game and often the last game are the hardest ones to get in a race. There we go. 1-2, race to 9, CR Sportsbar, Coon Rapids, Minnesota. Half an hour to sign up for the Friday night tournament. $21 entry. $1 goes into the side pot jackpot. To win that jackpot, you have to win the tournament. No chop. You have to win the tournament, though, and then your name has to be the one that was selected to be the jackpot winner. So odds on that are very low for anybody, because one, you have to win it, but then however many number of people, obviously the odds for being drawn out of them is 1 out of 20 if you 20, 1 out of 40 if there's 40 people playing. It's pretty awesome though, because that thing has grown and grown, and it may get to 5 figures before it's won. So Amanda Garner at the table breaking. Head ball. Put the 1 on the head ball. Oh, cue ball. The cue ball stayed up. I have a hard time with the 1 ball on the head, on the spot there when I break an 8 ball. And one of the reasons that my eyes, I can't really focus on the 1 as much, and that may be just me. But then there's also the conversation, that I've talked about a few times of not so much in pool rooms where the balls are, you're certain that they're the same set, but you get into rooms where they may have mixed and matched, and some of the racks are older, and then some of the consistencies of the balls seem to appear. The inconsistencies, I should say, begin to appear. So, but when you get a place where they're always picking up new pool balls or something like etc. like here, I don't think it's as big of an issue. So now the 1 does lead to the 3. The 3 will bring the cue ball into the 5-8. I kind of like doing the 1 here and getting back on the 3. And then from the 3, you almost have to get a good angle on the 5 where you can run the cue ball into the 4. If you hit that 4 ball square with the cue ball, like from over there, the 4 will bump into the left side rail and come back out and make it so pocketable. And the cue ball should stay for the 6 or the 4. But you have to get in a very, very precise spot to pull that shot. I mean, about the size of a couple of pool balls diameter there. It's a small area there. There's another way to get on it, but it would be the 6 and get you up there too. And you can do that. You can get down to the bottom rail of the 6 and then bring the cue ball in between the 4 and 12. So they do have a couple of options, but both of those options is going to be mildly challenging. That's, cue ball got a little bit away from her on this one now. Now, if I'm Mark here, depending on how much you can see on this ball, I think he has enough to actually shoot and bank that ball to the lower right corner and put the cue ball, if he misses it, over there between the 4 and 12 and hide it behind all those balls. Now, the problem is that if you miss that bank, you're going to be safetied really in a bad spot. But I don't know. I mean, if he's going to make this and run into those stripes, he's going to cause a close. He's going to help stripes out, and I don't think he's going to like how he ends up, because he can go off that 13 with the cue ball and then off the 10 and go for a swim in the left side pocket. There's a lot of scratch in that ball. And Amanda almost got him there too. If that cue ball was like a quarter of a revolution back up table, I think that's a pretty good angle. And I don't really, just so you know, I'm talking about banking it cross corner. I don't really advise that. I don't think that's the right shot. I think actually going off the 6 ball and put the cue ball underneath the 4 is the best shot. A safety. See where the number is on the 6? If he gets up table and just shoots off that side of the ball, cue ball, put it underneath the 4 ball. That's a really, really good safety. And there's a lot of room over there underneath that 4. He hasn't looked at that as a safety, though. Go back up the other direction, Mark. Like, see where the chalk is above the side pocket? If he stands there, if he stands at Jake Dobie's line of sight, that safety becomes really evident. And I didn't really see it until I started talking. Right there, right there. Now look. Look at the 6, Mark. The left side of that 6 puts the cue ball behind the 4. And here we go. Here we go. Here's my shot. There we go. Oh, double kiss. That's okay, though. That's not a bad spot either. But he could, you see what I'm saying? He could have thinned that left edge of the ball and put the cue ball over behind the 4. So Jake Dobie at the table. They are stripes, and they got a lot of work here. The 11-10 combo is not a very difficult shot. And if he hits that pretty firm, though, every stripe will have a pocket. The only ball they'd have to work on then would be the 8 ball, but I do think that goes in the lower left corner. So the 11 into the 10. 10 goes easily in the side pocket. Cue ball runs into the 13, and all those balls open up for you. But you have to commit to a shot like that. You can't just lay it over there. You have to hit it firm, and he's going to take the 10, which isn't a bad play, but from where he ended up with the cue ball, that is a pretty tough spot now for Joey. Now the 12 is makeable, and if he takes the 12, puts it in the lower left corner pocket and goes 2 rails with the cue ball, almost at the second diamond on the lower right side rail there in that area, he'll have that 11 where he could run into the 15 and the 13 with the cue ball. Jake would be able to. So I think you shoot the 12 here. And if you miss it, or if you make it, you can always play safe up table from there. But I like pocketing the 12 here and try to get on the 11. If you don't get on it, you can always save from there, and you'd be in a really good spot for a safety because you could put the cue ball up in the upper left corner. But this is a good shot, too. Good shot. Good shot. And smart. Well done. Well done. That works, too. Very good. She might be able to see the 6. If she can see that, I think it is. I think the 6-4 is makeable then. And if she might be able to see enough of it even to put the cue ball over on that right side rail and play a safety. got to be careful here though, because if you safety over there, like where the first diamond is on the lower right side rail, if you safety over there, you're going to get safe back off the 15 in a really bad spot. And if you go too far, then obviously they can shoot the 11. So Amanda's got to tread carefully here. And she's got to be aware that this ball, oh, good shot, good shot. Oh my goodness, good try. That was a really, really good try. And Mark would have actually gotten on the 5 ball there from the 6 in the side pocket. They would have won that game. So that was a really, really good try there. Well done. And I am joined by the pink bunny himself, Jason Super Duper Sapira. Welcome to the booth.
Thank you, sir. No pink bunny suit today, though.
Well, the night is young. The night is young, right? You probably the night is young, so it's only 6:30. I got faith in you to pull this off.
True statement. How's the match going so far?
Well, 2-1 early on, and I think
Players looking tight or loose? How are they looking?
they all look pretty comfortable.
That's good.
Yeah, they look pretty comfortable. I think Joey is in a really good spot to play a safe with this 15, make the 4, and send the cue ball up table.
Oh, yeah.
And then really put Amanda and
2 rails
in fact,
corner there.
I like what he's doing too. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you, but I like it too. He called that ball.
Yeah, in case it goes in, you got a shot.
In case it goes in. You got to be careful of the scratch in the upper left corner, but that should be avoidable from here.
Yep.
That's a good shot right there. Oh, cue ball went a little bit far though. I don't think that 6 goes by there anyways.
Yeah.
Yeah. If it does, it might go there. You know what the ball that does have a better chance going there, I think, is maybe the 5. How about that 5 off the 8 carom to the bottom rail and go off the 15? You're not gonna get a lot of free drinks shooting those shots in the bar. Just saying, you're probably not gonna win many of those games. But I don't know if there's any real spot to play safe, and he might make the 8 ball by trying to carry him off that.
So you can't see any comments on your screen, huh, from the YouTube?
No, I had it up here one time where I had another window. Talon, when he was here, had done that a few times. I usually go off my phone.
Okay.
But
Right on.
if that, the thing is, if that 5-8, that looks like you would make the 8 ball, but I don't mind that shot actually. If that 5-8, if that won't make the 8 ball, I don't mind doing that carom. Because you might even just jam that pocket up, but
Well, if you hit the 5 full, the 8 looks straight in. But if you hit it the way you're saying, off the side of the 8's going to go over to that side rail.
because when it comes off that bottom rail, it'll be turning to go off that 15 and go in. But I like this. Maybe a safety here? Nope. That was a tough spot.
And still
Look at that ball. Yeah, still some work to do. They should be able to get the cue ball up to the middle of the table off this. 8 ball does go.
It goes for sure, but it ain't no easy to get there.
Yeah, and what you do on these balls, on this 15, is if you want to take it to the outside of the pocket on your screen, so you hit it thinner. And then you can avoid the 6 ball. Even if you're running the 6, you're still in a really good spot, but you don't want to hit the 6 very full. He ain't going to. There you go. Oh, that'll work that way too. That's good. Good. Now, if you take the 12 and then the ball up table,
no, you got to
and get an angle.
You have to go 12 and then the 13, and I would use that 15 up table to get back on this side of the 8 to go to that corner.
Well, I like if I go 12 and then the ball up table and bring the cue ball in the middle of the table and take the 13 in the lower left corner.
Yeah.
The
but
cue
that
ball
puts that side pocket in play. If
cue ball will naturally go straight across.
I like going the other way myself.
I think they've got their Bluetooth earbuds in, so I think they listen to yeah, like right in there. Now, here, and I get to scratching the side, but you really just got to go like straight across, and it's easy to miss it and scratch.
It all depends on where he puts the cue ball.
Yeah, that's true. Yes.
You can take the scratch out of play easy if you put the cue ball right where it needs to be.
And you don't really want to get too steep on this ball either. That's pretty good.
That looks good. If I was shooting singles, I would have done it the other way.
So I go on this one a little bit, probably about a tip above center and a tip to the right, and just spring that cue ball right across.
How come he's looking down table?
I don't.
You don't want to do that.
Yeah, you don't. You want to hit it with a little bit of follow, so you go into the rail and it comes
slide
right
back
across. But
he walked down there to look to see if the 8 went from down there.
If it went in the side.
I think he's going to do what you're talking about. He's coming back there.
He's just got to get over there. Yeah, you don't want to go inside. He doesn't like it though for some reason. Maybe he has scratch on the shot that you're talking about. Maybe he's scratched it many times. And sometimes maybe this is a shot that he's not comfortable coming across the table. I don't like getting there.
Is he looking to go maybe top and then 2 rail shape?
Well,
no.
I think he is, but the way I would look at that is if you have that stroke to do that, then you have the easier stroke to go right across the table with it. If you can stroke the ball and get down to the bottom and go 8 in the side, you should be able to manipulate the cue ball and just go straight across and get on the 8 in the lower left corner. But whatever he's comfortable with is probably his better shot.
Did you find your one pocket game today?
No.
Look at that. He hit it pretty good.
Pretty good. Hold up. A little bit firm, but that'll work.
Yep.
Now, on this one here, I'd love to keep this at kind of pocket speed. So if I do miss it or rattle it, it makes that 6 a little bit tougher to get on. And I wouldn't mind getting the cue ball right up on that, right where his cue is up on the upper rail. Leave the cue ball up there. Just like that. Wow, what a good shot. And that's a good cue ball.
He nailed it.
Yeah, he hit it cue ball's almost frozen.
He did dang near freeze after the rail, didn't he? That was a good shot.
Yeah, he hit that really good. Yeah, good cue ball and dead center with the 8 ball. So 3-1, race to 9. CR Sportsbar, Mark Weaver in the booth with Jason Super Duper Sapir playing in the tournament tonight, aren't you? Friday night?
Yeah. Yep. Is that what this is, a race to 9, huh? Not 11?
Yeah, race to 9 on this bracket. And
okay.
Race to 11 on the other bracket.
Gotcha.
BCA rules. I haven't seen how many people are actually on the stream, but I'll fire up my handheld personal communication device and check on YouTube here pretty soon. See if there's any comments. He's broken it pretty good, but he just isn't getting any balls in. What's that?
Do you get a lot of trolls on there since
No, we haven't seen any trolling on there, which
that's good.
Is fortunate.
Usually
we usually do the trolling in the booth. So.
Usually that never fails, Mark. Usually that never fails.
Usually me and whoever's in the booth do enough trolling that we don't need them in the chat too. So.
Yes. It's kind of fun though. Not gonna say I've never done it.
So he's gonna cut to 7 in the side. I like this as a starting shot. You could probably open up that 5, 6, and 2. Kind of let the cue ball just run wild down there. Just something like that. Oh, missed it though. But
yeah, that's all right.
Yeah, that's not bad.
She can freeze him right on the side of that 12 ball.
Well, I think it's
the 13. Is it 12 or the 13? If she hits it, sticks it.
It's open table. And Jake's at the table now.
Oh shit, he missed that ball.
Yeah, he missed
I was looking down. I thought he made it, Mark. I thought he made it.
Yeah, no, he missed it. He missed the ball.
Oh, poop. That's right. I forgot. We're on.
You're good.
We're on YouTube.
Hey, man, you got to leave the hat outside, dude. Tommy Lee Grant comes in wearing a Packers hat. Oh.
Shows how much I'm paying attention, Mark. I thought he made the 7. I was looking at the cue ball after he hit the 7, and I'm like, oh, okay, she can just play it safe here. And he might.
Well, that is a key component
he might do
of
the
following.
Same thing, unless he goes for stripes.
Yeah, I think. The 9 goes off the rail off the 8, but
it might go clean.
If it does go clean, you got to run up into those 2 balls, 10 and 14. Oh yeah, it goes clean. There you go. Good shot.
I think he could have probably hit it cleaner than that too.
I think so. Yeah.
Got a little rail there. He got a little fortunate that went in. These pockets are tight.
The issue now though is that you have to be to the right side to get at the 14, and you're probably going to float from the 10. And the 12 down there is an issue with the 6 ball. So I think from here I'm going to go up and try to get on that 13. If I can get a steep cut on the 13 in the upper right corner, I would run the cue ball and try to get maybe right on the 6-12, but that's risky too. This would be a tough out for stripes. The 12 isn't really easy to break out, especially with the 10, 14 the way they are. And the 11 over there by the side goes easily, but you're not really getting on balls very easily from there unless you're absolutely perfect.
Well, you went a little close to the rail, but
yeah. Now that's
Jake can't be tough.
Well, Jake can get him on here, but
yeah,
the
he can
10
get him right to the side of that ball that you were just talking about.
Yeah, and the 10 will go over towards
What do you
11
figure you
7.
leave him down about the second diamond there on the side rail?
Yeah, something like middle of that upper
Yep.
side rail. Yep. Kind
Well,
of.
he
Oh,
smoked
slow
it.
down.
Yeah.
Slow down. Oh, he's got it. He's still on it.
Really?
Yeah, I think he's still on it. If not, he can take it off the 8 and kind of slow roll it. But I'm pretty sure he can make that ball.
Yeah, typically you want to leave that a little closer to the rail so you
Yeah.
can back cut that ball in.
Yep.
But it sure looks like
Oh,
he's
yeah.
got enough.
He's firing away at it. Oh, no. Yeah, I think he can make it clean. If not, he can kind of trickle it down there, maybe off the 8. But what they're going to do with the 12 is a mystery to everybody, and perhaps. Oh, he had to go off the 8. So, wow,
Well,
look
this
at the mess.
table just got really messy now.
Yeah, look at the solids here. Now, you could get up table, upper left corner by the pocket, upper left corner pocket. Leave yourself an angle on the side on the 4 and run down into the 1. But oh man, you got to have a lot of good things happen for
You're
you.
moving a lot of furniture.
Yeah. You got to have a lot of good things happen for you, because you could really end up in trouble that way.
You could also lay up to play a great safe, hit the 3 into the rail, and leave him stuck right behind that ball.
And I think the 6 is makeable, but that 12 is going to probably lock the cue ball right there. If you do shoot it from somewhere up table, but I'm not moving that 6 if I'm solids.
No. 'cause
Unless I'm able to get out.
I glanced over there, and that ball does not pass the 6 ball.
Ken Quilt in the house. Hey guys, how you doing? Up representing the corporation, I imagine.
Who's the corporation?
Marty and Ken and Lefty Radke.
Is that like the NWO?
I wouldn't say they're that badass. But they might wear some costumes like that from time to time. But no, they are a group of friends that do a lot of work at the Calcuttas. Not work, but they work the numbers and buy a lot of people at Calcuttas, and avid pool players too. Actually played on their league team for a season, and they're down.
They're good guys.
Yeah, really good guys. Like I said, they do a lot with the Calcuttas.
He tried to do it, I was thinking.
Yeah, he tried
Play
to get
safe
there, didn't he?
behind there. I more like to roll that shot though forward a little bit.
Yep.
You got a lot more of that four ball to work with. Then you can go stop it right close to it, or you can roll ahead a little bit and you're still behind it. The problem with jacking up like he did is look what happened. He drew it back, and
well, I think
you got a level cue of that shot.
I think the thing that could have been easier on that too, Jason, is I think Mando was playing maybe to get him on to possibly run out, where
right.
if she had played more for a line to get him an easier safety on it, it would have made Mark's position a little bit easier. So it might have been where one player was looking to run out and the other one is like, we're not going to get out from
They're
here.
sitting pretty good here now all of a sudden. If that 6 goes like you were thinking, these balls are wide open now.
Yeah, you can get on the 2 right here.
You get that 2 ball out of there, especially the 2. If you get that 2 out of there.
Went up for the 3. But the 2 goes from there.
Yeah.
That's the toughest ball on the table for them.
Mark can go 2 ways here. He can go reverse back out towards him for shape, or he can go down table 2 rails and play shape.
I like going inside and 2 rails, and if I get in the 2 from here, I'm taking it. If not, I take the 1.
Yeah, he went there.
Man, that was a good try. Yep, playing 2 different balls, kind of.
Mm-hmm. Ideally, though, you would have really liked to get on that 2 ball right away.
Yeah. Well, Amanda could have stop shot it on the 5 and got him right on it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like,
and she got
that's
the cue
a
ball
ball
got
you
away
would
from
have liked
her.
to get out of there right away.
Yeah, and that would have made a lot easier, but they can still get there. They can still get out.
That was a good shot. If Mark can make that 6.
I don't know. Did it roll up enough? Don's in the way. I can't see.
Yeah, from here it doesn't look like it.
No, it doesn't look like it. Just about
Looks
a
like he's
third of a
stuck.
turn, and it would have been makeable.
Looked like he's stuck behind that 13 a little bit.
And I think if he makes a 4, if he make he can make the 4
you
and
could almost stop
Yeah,
shot and
that's-
leave the cut on the 2 to play shape.
that's
for
what
the
I was
6.
going to say is that if he makes a 4 and just stops it in that area, the 2's accessible.
Mm-hmm.
The 2 leads right to the 6, so they're still sitting really good. It's just that he has to make sure when he shoots his 4 that the cue ball doesn't take too much to slide over and lose that 2 ball.
This is where, like, when you're Mark, you got to have faith in your partner. Don't try too hard to get perfect. Just make the ball and see what happens. I've played a lot of Scotch with Amanda, and the one thing I admire most about her game is she goes for it.
Well, that's you gotta
Oh,
not
he could
always
see
not
it.
not going for it all the time
Oh, boy.
isn't always winning 8-ball though. You have to bring safety play into your game too.
Well, she does that too when she needs to. I'm just saying, she's not afraid to take a shot.
Yeah, I see what you're
Like
saying. Yeah,
Mark could have played
Yeah.
that ball
Yep.
up table. And
yeah. In that
she would've-
context, you're
she would
right.
have not been afraid to shoot that 2 down the rail. And
Yeah, I see what you're saying. And that's a better context
that's
of it.
more,
is
yeah,
that-
that's more how I meant.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah. I mean, going for it is one thing, but yeah, she has the courage and can pull the shots off. So like you said, you gotta trust in your partner. And
I learned a lot over the last few years of playing with Amanda. She has no fear.
so he does. No, she can't make the 4 from there.
No, she's behind the 8.
She can bank the 2 cross side. She could play it safe and get down below the 12. I
That's
don't really
right.
like that though.
The out would have been the 5, 2, come across, and then that 6 last to the 8 towards the side.
Yeah. And Mark, where he was on the 6, he could have gotten Amanda better on the 4, obviously, and then that would have
Yeah,
given an opportunity on the 2. But
depends on what
looks
he
like
put on the cue
is she
ball.
trying to cut this ball?
Holy.
No, she's banking. Nope, safety. I like it.
Okay.
Good shot. Well, no, the 11 does go on the side, but
Yeah.
I like the idea of that.
I think she wanted to get a little closer at 11.
So Joey Parisi at the
All right.
table. They're up 3-1.
Thanks for letting me.
Are you
join for a while?
Oh yeah,
I'm
you're
gonna
almost
head
got
out.
a tournament,
Yeah,
don't you?
We got
All
to
right.
play pretty soon.
Good luck to you. You playing
luck.
tomorrow?
What's tomorrow?
685 and under here at CRs.
Nope, family reunion.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I saw Billy's post earlier about he was kind of ripping on the high-rated players because he gives us shit all the time. Or
Well,
poop
there
all
was
the time, like,
just to be fair though, there was only 4 people signed. That's not on you, but there was only 4 people signed
Right.
up. Oh no! Oh,
Right.
bummer. That's
luck.
a tough break. Good luck
luck,
over
sir.
there, Jason. If you want, I could put you in for the side pot for the $1, and I'll cut you in on 60%. So I'll stake you on the jackpot side pot. No, right here.
Oh, right now.
I'll put you in for the $1. Jake Gallery's the only one that ever took me up on that. So Jason Sapir stepping in the booth here for a few minutes, heading to the tournament now. The tournament's going to kick off here. The Friday night anyway is going to kick off here in about 6 minutes or so. So Mark Steinhaus at the table. And I like this 4 followed over a little bit like that. There you go. Get on the 2. 2 leads it right to the 8. Sometimes, whether you like a follow or draw shot, you can get on that 2 ball. It seems like a person can actually control a little bit better when you go follow on that situation. I've used to draw, but I kind of got more comfortable with just kind of tapping the cue ball over to the rail. A little bit of follow. You want to get off the rail a little bit if you can, but it should be a very high percentage shot here from Mark Steinhaus. Good shot, good shot. So 2-3, we are race to 9 at CR Sportsbar, the first of our doubleheader. Second match will be Brandon Radke, lefty, and Marty Curvers versus Minh and Travis. That will be coming up in the second match, but we got a lot of pool in this one here still. This may take a couple of Red Bulls. It's been a long day. And again, the sponsors on this edition of the tournament, Action Man Dave O'Keefe and O'Keefe's Collision, Primo Restoration and Construction, Monticello Auto Service, and Frobic Sewing, and of course, CR Sports Bar with Mr. Jerry Johnson and his wife Terry Johnson over there in Europe. Said in a message that they're going on a tour of Normandy tomorrow. Amanda Garner breaking head ball. Got a ball and pretty good spread there too on them. Stripes are very runnable. Good starting shot on the 14, and then 13 does go in the upper left, so solids is a lot tougher, of course. Not an opening shot for him either. So it'll all be on how Mark wants to start out here. If he can go into the rail first and then draw, the cue ball can come up to the left of the 2 ball. He can actually, get up on the 13 or the 15. Somewhere in that area. I think he can just do it, just hitting it in and then going to the upper rail with the cue ball too. You could draw it all the way back out if you wanted, but 12 balls available to him, and he has a lot of options, but this is the no-brainer shot. Good shot. No, beautiful. Well done. Good stroke on that ball too. So Amanda Garner at the table. I like getting rid of that 13 as soon as possible. I don't want to really go back up table and get it, even though she might not really like that. There you go. Good shot. So it looks like they'll go from the 15 to the 12 ball. It would have been really beneficial to be up table a little bit, so when you take the 15, you could bring the cue ball down and get on the 10 and the side, possibly. But the safety part of this is that you're guaranteed to get on the 12. I don't think that 9 goes up in the upper left corner past that 10. So Mark will want to leave a little bit of an angle on the 12, and I'd play with the cue ball just to get right of the 6 ball. I'm either on the 10 on the side or I got the 11 in the upper left corner. And I'm probably going to slow roll this ball. Because if I make it with pocket speed, I've got a pretty good angle on that 12. There is also the 10-9 combo. A little bit tougher, but and if you had ball in hand, you could probably take the 11 off the 7. But let's not get carried away. All this would have been helped though if the angle on that 15 was better to bring the cue ball down by the spot. That's why making sure you're on the right side of the ball just leads to a better run out. The 11 does go in that corner anyways, so 11 goes and the 10-9 combo goes. So 11 does go in that corner. And if she's not comfortable with the 11, she could play it gently off the 7. If you miss that ball, the 7 doesn't have a pocket, and that 3 and 5 are very difficult. So you're still in a very, very advantageous spot to win the game. But I think she has a pretty big pocket for this 11. She just goes straight in. Good shot. Well, very good shot. Nicely done. Very, very good shot. Mark. Yeah, I think he's got the 10 up table, and then it's pretty easy from here. Could take the 9 on the side, but that 10 is the right ball. 10, 9, 12. 12 gets it right over to the 8. Good shot. Good shot. Well done. That was very, very good positional play by these two. Very good. I thought that Amanda might have made it tougher for Mark on the angle she had in the 15, but they had a better plan than I had from over here in the booth. So kudos to you, Amanda, for that. Those good shots. That was a really good out, you two. If you do watch us back, that was a really good out.
Try this again.
Very, very good. So this ball gets pocketed, and we're at a race to 6.
There we go.
Good shot. Yep, solid. 3-3, race to 9, CR Sportsbar, Coon Rapids, Minnesota. This is Mark Weaver in the booth, flying solo. I did have Jason Sapir in here for a little bit. He's going to be in the Friday night tournament. And see if I can grab some people here from time to time. There's a Sean Mitchell's in the house. We've got Sean Holmes. JK's playing some. Some of the usual characters are here. Willie Driscoll's in the house. Contron's in the house. And something else is in the house too, and that is over in the kitchen area called cheesecake. But we're not there yet. That'll maybe be mid-match. I'll knock that down since I'm the only one here. And that way I don't leave the airwaves dead and empty, although some of you may rejoice at that. So there is that too. So some of you may say it was the best stream that we've ever had. So, and you have that right to that opinion too. So if I eat the cheesecake during the match, I'll mute. Don't worry about it. I'll let everybody know too, and then anybody that does have me muted could turn it on and just hear the pool balls or something. But tough scratch on the break. Again, with BCA, when I say tough scratch on the break, the table ain't really the thing, but with ball in hand anywhere on the table, it's a way, way, way different game than if you have to be in the kitchen. And I think it's the best way to play it. But 14 goes in the lower right corner, 13 will go, and then the 12 goes. The 8-ball doesn't have a pocket right now, but they got a little bit of work to get to that point. Oakley Reyes in the house. Good luck over there, my friend. So Joey P on the 15. Now, he can take this 15 in the side, go 2 rails, miss the 9-ball, come down to the bottom rail, and put the cue ball right over, just below or to the right of the 2-ball, right? And that 13-ball gives a perfect angle to go in and break out the 9-ball. So that there is a really good route here. If you're going to get there, though, Joey, if you're going to get there, just make the ball and bring the cue ball in that same path and leave Jake a cut on the 13 and you break out the 9-ball. And you guys can win this game from here. But I think he's playing a safety, which isn't, a bad play either. But there was an offensive shot here. And Solids has a very, very, very tough layout, so not a bad decision. Now Mark could solve one of their problem balls and bank to 7. Upper right corner, call it. I wouldn't really shoot it necessarily to make it. But what I'd want to do is have speed that I block any shot on the 10-ball to that pocket. Now look where the 7 is. If you can put the cue ball right there, you open up your 7. The 15 doesn't have a pocket. The 10 doesn't have a pocket. And you solve one of your problems, and you put the cue ball in a really good spot. But you also have a real easy chance. You give up the 10-ball. The ball that you would give up would be the 10-ball. And if you do give it up, you'd be shooting over the 9-ball. So that's a really good spot. And he does have the 1-ball, though, on this side. I like that 7, though. And just a little bit outside, but does leave the 10-ball for a shot. But I kind of like that 7-ball at bank on that. Look where it is. If that cue ball was right there, I'd let him shoot that 10 from there. I'd let anybody shoot that 10 from there. But the cue ball would be a little bit left of it. Be right over that 9. So Jake has a very makeable 10-ball here. Good shot. Oh, okay. 14 still goes. Goes up table. And it might go on the side. If it goes on the side, this would be a good spot. So the 12 is makeable. The thing with the 12 is that if you're going to take the 12, I feel you have to get in the 13 in a really good spot to move the 9. But then you're going to deal with you still have your 14. I think the 14 does go on the side. Yeah, a lot of room over there. Now Jake will have to bring the cue ball off the bottom. If he snaps this with some follow, he might be able to come off the ball and curve it around the 13 into the 9-7. That's a lot of stroke on this ball, though. They might not have the right angle on it. Like that right there. Oh, man, that was a good try. That was such a good try. A little bit more of a stroke, though, and that opens up that 9. Just a little bit more of a snap. Tried a red ball on ice right now. So sorry if I didn't unmute. I did mute, but I think I actually got on there, so apologies. Now Joey's in a spot here. The 8 does have a pocket, and he's limited in what he can do to get the 9 ball off that rail or put Jake in a spot to do it. He might be able to draw back into it, but he's going to shape the 15. And he hit that one. He hit that one pretty good. Now here's a shot that I don't know if Jake will do this. If he can't run from the 15 with the cue ball right into the 9, I think he has that shot though. But he could play the 15 off the 7 and carry him that in the side, and then that would leave him on the 9 too. I think maybe that's what he's looking at. The 7 might be a little bit too far down the table. I don't think he has enough rail to bank this ball either. So, yeah, the 7's a little bit too far down from the side pocket. That'd be a pretty tough carom. I think he's playing it though. And no, he can actually. I think he can cheat that pocket and just run the cue ball right into there. He may be looking at trying to avoid double kissing that 9 ball with the cue ball. Or is he going to play safety? Not bad, but it does make the 9 pocketable. Now, I don't know if Amanda knows this shot, but she could just slowly tickle that 7 ball and just put the cue ball in between the rail and the 7. She could also go off the 3 ball. She could make the 3 ball, I think. But she'd go off the 3 ball, too. It looks like some of her safety options might be if she goes a little bit far, she's going to still the ball. Unless she can make the 6. Nope, she's going to do safe. So the problem that she's going to run into possibly is that if she runs the cue ball a little bit too far, it's going to sell, like right there. Yep. A little bit too far. 15 goes from there, and then the cue ball can get on the 9. I think it does go from there, yeah. No, he can't go from there. It looks... I think I would probably curve the cue ball and try to make that ball or jump it. But it looked at first like you could actually make that 15. The problem with jumping it, though, is that if you miss that 15, you're not guaranteed you're going to get on the 9. And if you miss it, you're probably going to open up that 7, which the 7 goes for them on the side anyway. So if you're stripes now, you're in a tough spot. I wonder if he's playing it. I wonder if he has enough of that edge of the 15 to maybe even try it off the 7. No, he's going to kick it. He's going to kick it from that right side rail. I might, well, this ain't a bad play, but I might try to jump the 15 and play that full into the 7 and carry him into the side. Because I feel that if I don't make this kick, I'm going to lose the game anyways. And I think I have a better chance to make that ball and open up the 9, because even if he makes this, he's not going to leave Jake on the 9. Yeah. You're in a tough spot, though, Joey. Now with ball in hand, solids it gets fairly easy. So I'd start out with 7 on the side, put you on the 6, just draw back, put you on the 5 on the right side. And then you go 3-2 up table, 1 to the 4. I mean, you have all kinds of variations then. But I think 7, 6, and then 5 is your easiest first 3 balls for solids. And then from there you can just kind of pick whatever pattern you're comfortable with. 7 puts you right on the 6, in the lower right corner, and then you draw back just a hair and you're on the 5. In fact, you don't even have to draw back and get on the 5. You can roll forward and get on balls, but or you can take the 6 first and then the 7 on the side. But if I'm solid, so that I'm starting over there with one of those two. Now I'm shooting a 7. And then 6. That's the route I'd go. And 6 to the 7, I mean, that's just as easy too. The cue ball will easily get on the 5, 2, or the 3. Or you can go up table even. I mean, it's. But there's so many times when we play this game when things are almost too wide open, and then we try to figure out. I'm not sure. I think he's not going to play the 3-15 and call it safe, is he? You have ball in hand. 7 goes in the side. And if you want to take the 6 and then run into the 9-7, you could do that too. But I think Mark has to pocket a ball and run out from here. But he's going to play safe and try to take the 2 into the 15. With ball in hand, I think that 7 goes fairly easily in the side. And now you got lucky. Because if that 2 had not ran into the 15, you probably lost that game. I play leagues with Mark on Monday night. I have for several years, and in the summer, and then also in the fall. And I'm really surprised he didn't just pocket the 7 from there. I'll be curious to if he rewatches this or whatever. I'd be really curious what his decision was on that, because with ball in hand, I mean you're straight in on the 7 on the side. It's just a stop shot. And then you have a full cue ball to get on the 6, and then you're off and running. But, everybody has, different game plans sometimes. And so now with Jake, he's just going to try to get a gentle hit so you don't spread the 7 ball much. The 15 should, that's a good shot. That's a pretty good spot. I mean, you're going to be left with a safe still coming back. Nope, Amanda has a 6. What am I thinking? Yeah. This is a ball that she should have shot after Mark had ball in hand. That shot right there. And look at this. She got a really good. I think she got in a good spot on the 2 where if he wants to. I wouldn't bump the 7 from there. The 7 goes up in the upper left corner. But that was a good shot. Yeah, I don't like going from the 2 into the 7 at all because I think he could mess it back up. The 7 does go. There's plenty of pocket up there in the upper left corner. So good job by Amanda on that ball. She might have had a better bridge and contact on that cue ball than it looked, but it looked like she was kind of shooting over those stripes. So you got to be real careful with this 2 because you don't want to disturb that 7 and tie it back up with a 15 and 9. But the 3 does lead over here to get on the 7 if you want to. But that's I don't move that 7. The 7 goes in the lower left corner too, so you got pockets for him. Either direction you want to go. And it must be easier shot than. Well, now she looked at it. There you go. I was going to say it must be easier than we can see on the screen here because they hadn't even taken a peek at that yet. So.
I would do a safety.
Well, Leslie was talking on the safety. The problem with the safety is that if you leave an end rail kick, that 15-9 combo is kind of wired. It might not make it wired, but it has a really good chance to.
Safety off the 3. Get the 3 up.
Well, the 7 goes, though, so you don't really have to. If you get on the 7 good, you should be able to run out and win the game from here. They don't really seem too concerned about that 7, so it has to go down in the lower left corner. It looks like it's got plenty of room by that 9, but It's a ball too that you don't want to. You don't have to be perfect, but any little variation where it's less. Watch this. Now you might be in trouble because I. Well, the problem with that, Leslie, is that if the cue ball is coming away from the 4, he might not. He might leave a really steep angle on the 7. So she was saying run the cue ball over to the right side rail and then come back across for the 7. If I'm going to do that, I might actually try to get below the 7. Because I think if you go over to the right side rail, you might end up a steep cut on the 7, then you can't shoot it. Because any shot in the lower left corner on a steep cut, you're going to bring in the possible scratch in that corner, or the cue ball is going to shoot off up table. In hindsight now, your safety earlier may have been a better play than to end up where they were.
If they did done
But
the safety,
also, Amanda mishit that last ball.
right, if they'd have done the safety, she could have left the cue ball right over here where they couldn't see either one. They'd have had to kick, but there's a high chance of hitting the
Yeah, but
ball that
Amanda
down
though, Leslie though, you leave an end rail kick on the combo, up here and then in the 15-9.
there was another ball here in the way.
But you just hit inside up here and you straighten it out when you come off that rail. You have to practice those kicks You have to practice those kicks so you can go at the first, second, and
You're
third diamond.
thinking as a Masters player, the only master of these 4
Well,
is Mark.
yeah, but I'm thinking as a player that you don't want to lose the game that way. See, here's the direction I would go. Underneath it. There. Look at that shot. Oh, my God.
Right off the 8.
Look at that shot. Man, did that turn out great or what? Oh, my God. All of our debating, and Mark just says, here, this is what we had in mind all along. That was a wonderful shot, Mark. Well, he did get a good little rub off that 8 ball, but that cue ball was going in a really good direction. And I'm giving you credit on that. You deserve that good little rub. You hit that ball good. That was well done, well done. And they're going to take the lead for the first time tonight. Good shot. That was a really good out, you two. 2 racks in a row. Wonderful, wonderful outs. Well done. And they're up 4-3. 4-3, race to 9, live at CR Sports Bar. We are in Coon Rapids, Minnesota, the mecca of pool in the upper Midwest. Friday night tournament is well underway. And we do have a second match coming up too. Brandon Lefty Radke and Marty Kerbers versus Minh and Travis. That'll be the race to 9. So I'm going to check out and see what we have going here in the YouTube. Then off the chat. Let's see here. It is a not many summer nights left on a Friday, is there? We are going through summertime pretty quick, as always. It seems every year as you age, it goes quicker and quicker. And football's starting up. Preseason games are in full swing. Vikings play tomorrow. And just a few weeks we'll kick off the regular season. And holy cow, we're looking at fall. But 4-3, race to 9. Mark's coming back from a quick break, so I was going to go to a pause there, but he's on his way back. First place again in this tournament does win $6,000. Second place wins $4,000. And I know that the thing that happens up here, and I'm saying this as candidly, is that I can't have the background commentating when I'm on the mic and the headphones here. It just confuses me, and I hope that listeners don't hear the background commentary that isn't actually supposed to be commentating. So it's can get kind of, if it's confusing for me, I imagine what it can come through out there too. So, trying. Everything goes for stripes, Mr. Jake. That ball goes. Solids go. think the 3 does go in the, or the 1 does go on the side, but I'm going on stripes here too. I agree 100%. Take that. Leave a little angle. There you go. And then this 15 will lead to the 12. 12 will lead to the 11. One of those stripes is going to have to get him on the ball down to the bottom rail. I believe the 13 does the best job for that. In fact, if you can get on the 13, it's going to be a little bit of a thin cut on the ball on the bottom rail there, but you float up right through that spot and get on the 9, that gets you on the 8. You're going to have kind of a cut on the 8 because the 8 only goes in the lower right corner. So maybe a few shots ahead, but let's recap. 12 to that 11. Yep, right there. 11 to the 13. Or you go 11 to the 9, but the 11 is the one that I want to use to get me on the ball on the bottom there, which I think is a 10 ball. And I don't mind either if that's my last ball before the 8 ball, because that 5 ball is a nice ball to run into, and that'll put you on the 8 ball straight in. Maybe no, I think he lost his angle a little bit. So now if I'm Joey, I'm going to try to possibly float down and run the cue ball into the 6. And then I have a little bit open more shot on that stripe. No, I don't take that one. You see, if you come down on the 6, you do have the 13 up in the upper left corner, and then you have the ball on the bottom rail. And if you hit the right side of the 6, you'll have this 13 ball in the left side. So I try to come right in between that 13 and 5 and lay the cue ball into the 6 ball. To me, that would be an ideal position, just to hit that 6 square. I'm not sure if he can hold this ball to take either ball in the lower left corner. Well, he can. Nope, he couldn't. So that would have got them possibly out, but I liked it a little bit more, not necessarily aggressive, but a firmer shot. Instead of floating it like that, if you're not going to hold that, you had plenty of room to run in between those 2 balls and get in the 6 ball. A lot of good things would have happened from there if you're solids. If you came right down to the 6, I mean, a lot of good things happened from there. So I wouldn't have tried to hold that, but I'm also not shooting, so maybe it felt better, at the table. It's a good spot. 5 goes in the lower left, 6 goes in the lower left, and then 1 is very, very accessible on the right side. So this team of Amanda and Mark was down a couple racks, and now they're in a position to where they could actually go up 2 games. Now, Mark might have the perfect angle on this 6 to make it in the lower right and then run the cue ball gently into the 8 ball. And that'll put him straight in on the 1. It'll actually put him in a really perfect spot for that 1 ball. Even if he just stops shots and slides over a little bit, he's good. Yep, that'll work. 5 goes. If she can't make the 1, 5 goes. These 2 are making another really good out here, and Jake and Joey have been spectating just like the rest of us here. Few games in a row now. And if she can take the 1, I agree with this 100%. Oh, no! Oh! I was going to say I agree 100% with her taking that ball first. But you got to make it too, though. Shot, and you pick your poison here. I like going 13, 10, and then back to the 9. And it's so shaded down there, I can't tell my screen if that's the 10 or the 14. We'll just call it the stripe on the bottom rail.
Table 10.
Shot, Joey. That's a good, and he got the cue ball a little bit closer to that ball. Makes that shot maybe a little bit easier. Natural shape now to get in the 9. The thing you don't want to get on the 9, though, is you don't want to get like straight on. You want a little bit of an angle. There you go. Kind of something like that. I don't want the cue ball there, but I want that kind of a line with the cue ball. Probably go between the 5 and the 9, maybe roll up about maybe 4 inches or so past those 2. So left of the 5 with the cue ball.
Willie Driscoll, Ron McCamus, table 13.
And right about there. Perfect. Now you can play this two ways. You can come across above the 5 and take the 8 in the lower left corner pocket. But if you practice these shots, you can go into it with some center ball and turn it with right English and bring the cue ball and get straight in on the 8. It might have a little bit of a back cut on the 8 in the lower right, but I don't like going down there. And the last time that he had to go across the table from this kind of an angle, he hit that ball really good. I don't really like the 8 in the lower left from here, though, but I do like going above the 5 and taking it in the lower right, because it gets to be a tougher shot going that direction. He had to do more with the cue ball that way, and I think that just it always makes it a tougher shot, especially for me anyways. Inside like that is a way tougher shot than going with outside. I can control that with outside and get like in the middle of the table, and I've got the 8 in the lower right corner. I feel that he shot that the wrong ways. And the cue ball wouldn't have ended up straight in on the 8 in the upper left corner. He mishit that 9 and missed it, so the cue ball would have ended in a different spot if he'd have made that ball. It only ended up there because he missed it by about a ball. Surprised. That was one of the shot that, even though he was shooting it, I didn't really anticipate him missing that. Might be his first shot that he's really mishit. So I wouldn't hold my head down or nothing like that. I think that was the only one that was really a mishit from him. So Amanda should be able to bring this cue ball right over there. Now, can Mark hold this for the 2? If he can't, he might have to actually kind of float the cue ball into the 2 and shape it for that upper left corner. He could take the 2, but that is a lot tougher ball. I know I'm going to make the 5. I don't know if I'm making the 2, but the 2 does come back across table, and it'll leave Amanda kind of the same angle on the 5, so it isn't really a bad play. Just have to watch the right side pocket, and you don't want to scratch. I think Mark's going to hit this one really good. Watch this. A little bit of outside, which would be left for him, just like that. Went above the pocket. Took the scratch out by doing that. I like that. That was a good shot. He had a lot of control with that ball. That was well done. Now Amanda could roll this ball in and bump the 8 over towards that lower right corner. I don't think. Oh, missed it. And this 9 is like a really, really kind of a dead bank to the lower right corner. And I said dead is just like from a one pocket player or even from a pull player. This is the kind of bank that you want. Cue ball puts you right on the 8 ball, and the 9 ball is this is a bank that if you play a lot of pull, you should make this pretty consistently, especially on the 7-foot table.
This is what we call an easy bank.
Just like that. Just enough on the cue ball, too. Great shot, Jake. You hit that one good, man. You hit that really good. Very good. 4-4. We have a race to 5 to advance in this tournament. This is our first match of the night. We do have a doubleheader tonight again, so stick around. And this is a race to 9. BCA rules at CR Sportsbar in Coon Rapids, Minnesota. Sponsors for this, again, are O'Keefe's Collision, Dave O'Keefe, the Action Man, Auto Body and Paint for any of your auto body repair or painting needs on vehicles, etc. Primo Roofing and Construction, they do most of everything, siding, gutters, painting, windows, roofing. Monticello Auto Service, Ryan Janikowski, and then Frovix Towing. And Joey had a pretty decent spread, but you could tell that the cue ball didn't hit that head ball very square. Well, Mr. Mark, what are we going to do? What are we going to do? The 14-6 is yucky. The 9, though, for an opening shot, the 9 does open up that 14 and the 6. You'd hit that with some inside, probably about like 130, and snap it off that left upper side rail, run into the 6 ball. That'll open up that ball up table. But you still have the 10 ball and the 11 ball to deal with. So the problem with solids is that that 6 ball up there is married to that ball, and there's really not any balls that are nice to be able to break that out. So I like this for an opening shot. Inside right, run into him. Well done, good shot, good shot. Now from Amanda here, I just tickle this cue ball off the left side of that stripe, and I put the cue ball above the 6 ball in the rail and plug them right there and play safety. Because that ball, they will have no shot. And it actually takes that stripe and moves it a little bit closer to the pocket. So 100% I'm going to play safety here. Just the left side, but she's going to shoot the 12 and try to break out the 11. Not a bad play either, but I don't like that 10 ball. And that may help them break out the 10. Good shot. Well, I'm learning something just like you. The thing on this breakout here now, if he comes off this bottom rail and doesn't come, if he hits that 7 like solid and he's not coming like really firm off that bottom rail, he could very easily get stuck below this ball. These balls here on the breakout. And you'll see it right here. Watch. Nope, good shot, good shot. He glanced off it, but the 8 ball is still tied up. So you see what I was saying? If he came into that 7 square, if that ball isn't moving really, really well, it's easy to get buried underneath those balls, that 7 and the 8s. Just go to glance off of it and catch the edge of it, or just don't hit it square. Then the cue ball will release and leave you something. So Amanda will have to cut the 12 in the side, and then they'll have to come up with something to be able to free up that 8 ball. As it is now, the only pocket to go to is the right side pocket. Oh, good try, good try. And now the 4 ball is up table. Oh my, what a mess up there. Not only is that 4 up there, the 6 is up there, and you don't have a real good breakout option for him. The only real, what I see would be a good breakout option is a 1 ball. So you want to be over on the left side of the table and then have a thin cut on the 1 in the lower right corner, run the cue ball straight up at that 10. But you could go off the 10, off the 6, and scratch in the upper left corner. I mean, there's a lot of trouble up there. I like this play. He's going to do a safety here. Yep, good shot. Very good. And smart. So Mark Steinhaus at the table. On stripes, and not in the best of positions in this game. At one point, they were in control of this table. And now they're in a lot of trouble. I still feel, and not to rewind too much, but I still feel when Amanda was up table there, instead of taking that ball on the side, playing it safe and getting that cue ball underneath that 6 ball would have been the better option. Oh, good try, Mark. Good try. Good try, but unfortunately the 6 ball got moved to where it's pocketable, and they can break the 4 ball out of there off the 6. In fact, I might not even move the cue ball. I might leave it right there. Well, he moved it closer, but it was in a good angle as it was, and that's a pretty good spot. So he's got like, and I don't blame him for moving a little bit. Don't get me wrong, but I think he has the exact same angle that he had where the ball was, and he had ball in hand, so absolutely move the ball so you're comfortable. But like I mentioned, he could have shot it right from where it was and had the same. There you go, bud. You're going to snap this one pretty good. Oh, no. Oh, no, 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 no. Uh-oh. Now you got trouble. Almost like the scene in Tombstone. Well, you got trouble. And they got some trouble. Because that 4 ball is in a menage a trois up there with that 10 and 14. And if you're a younger listener, don't look that up. But good safety spot right here. That 4, even with the safety though, if they get ball in hand or anything, that 14 is tough. Or the 4 ball. That is a tough ball to get to and to break out. That is a really tough spot. No, she can make, I think she can make this 15. No. She can definitely see it to hit it though. Man, look at that 4 ball. Ugh, what a ugly, ugly spot. And Joey had the opportunity to break that out with ball in hand. He just, I think what he was doing is like, you know how I mentioned a couple shots ago how you can get buried under a ball like that? I think when Joey shot that ball, he was concerned about hitting the 4 square and then being stuck up there with the cue ball. Mark is in a tough spot because if he can see the 10 and the 14. If he touches either of those, he may open up that 4 ball. And that's, to me, that's their only advantage at the table right now is that 4 ball doesn't have a pocket. I think he might be able to do a 10-14 combo, and I like that play. Put 2 balls in front of that pocket. Good shot, and he can make it too. Very, very good, Mark. Well done, well done. And I thought that was makeable too, but even if he missed it, if he went slow at that, those 2 stripes were going to plug that pocket up. And you got to come back out. Uh-oh. Yeah. You could hear that Amanda wasn't very happy with that result. Good try, though, Amanda. Good try. It's hard on that shot to feel. If you hit it hard enough to go back and forth and get the 12 in the left side pocket, it just feels like you're hitting it so hard. It doesn't feel natural. Most often on these 7-foots with the Simonis cloth, we don't have to hit balls that hard. So when we have a spot like that where it's got to go zip back and forth a couple of times, it feels almost unnatural. And you feel like you're really letting the cue ball loose when you shouldn't have to, when sometimes you have to just kind of really get it going back and forth. Because to get on the left side of that ball and play it over to the right side pocket, it's a smaller area than on the right side, and she had to really hit that firm. I would say a large percentage of us, myself included, would end up kind of in the area that she ended up. With the cue ball, kind of like right in there.
Reminder, please use your phones to score.
Now Mark is in a tough spot. I don't think he can cut the 12 in the left side pocket, but I do believe he can shoot it into the 5 and then carry him off that 5 in the left side pocket. I think that is an option for him. He's going to put the cue ball. Problem is if you put it over there on the right side by the 2, you're going to get stuck back. And Amanda's not going to be happy where you end up. I think you have to either cut it that way, or I like cutting it into the 5 myself. But cutting in the 5, you're bringing in a scratch in the lower right corner. He's just in a really tough spot. I think it does play, though, off the 5 in the left side. And he should be able to kill it on the lower right side rail. Kind of where John's shoulder was right there. That was John, a regular in the Friday Night Tournaments, and right in that area in that second diamond. I think he can kill the cue ball on the third diamond in that area, but that'd take a heck of a good shot. This is not an easy spot to be in. Nowhere is safe, and if you put the cue ball somewhere safe, then you're really not going to like, Amanda's really not going to like her position after. He's going to go off to 7, I think, with it and try to carry him in. You were in a tough spot there, Mark. There wasn't a whole lot you could do. Anything you had was very low percentage, and I think any safety you tried, you were. If you did get safe where they couldn't make a ball, you were going to get stuck real bad coming back to you. Now Joey could, if he doesn't want to pocket this 5, he could slow roll into the 4 and play safe, or he could roll right where his hand is, the left hand, he could roll the cue ball right into there and just gently go down and touch the 2 ball with the cue ball and play safe. I like that spot. You got to avoid the scratch, though, in the lower right corner. It's kind of a big pocket right there.
Todd Skowalski, Gene Albright, table 10.
Yeah. Here's a safety that earlier today I was showing a couple people in here. If he's shooting this 4, my kind of keys and trick that I do on these kind of safeties.
Table 12.
On the 4 ball there. If he wants to tuck it behind the 4 ball. You hit it with a little bit of inside, just center ball, and then I tend to hit them half as hard as you think you have to hit them.
Sean Mitchell, Noah Blue Sky, table 13.
But he didn't try to, he didn't, well, you know, this is a good spot. This is a really good spot. So the safety I was talking about would be one where you roll into it and then the 4 hides the cue ball right behind it. And Joey had a better opportunity to actually put the cue ball over on the rail and take away any bank or anything. So Amanda will have to kick this in if she wants to take a quick break and call little Joe from the bathroom. You know, maybe he can. Maybe he could. I'm not saying she should cheat. Okay, it was a joke. But little Joe, with a lesson from little Joe about his diamond system and his kicking, he makes it. He makes this ball. Little Joe doesn't even just kick this to hit it. He kicks this to make this ball. And I think Amanda's going to be close. Oh, wow, what a try. What a very good try. Very good. Almost made that ball. That was a really good try. Well, Jake, it's go time now for solids. Time to run some balls. Yep, there you go. Unfortunately for Joey, he's got a pocket for the 3, but I think he's got like 2/3 of a pocket. And I guarantee, well, maybe I don't guarantee, but I would say that there may not be many pool commentators that have ever called out 2/3 of a pocket. But I think that's, look at what he's got down there. I think that's what he has. Or 3/5. How about 3/5 of a pocket? That's even better. He has 60% of the pocket. Now he could play the 7-2 because the 1 ball will hold. Yeah, I think that is he going to play safety. Oh, 7-2. Good shot. Very good. Because the 1 ball would hold up the cue ball just like it did. Good shot, Jake. Smart player. Very smart. Now, if you can't make that combo, you have a really, really lock-up safety here. Just shoot the 1 and ensure that Jake can just roll gently into the 7, and the cue ball stays behind the 3. Stripes is in major, major trouble off of safety after the 1 ball here. You don't have to make this ball. I think I try to make it, but excuse me. If you stop shot that 1, you win the game that way too. Just roll the cue ball into the 7 gently. So you don't always have to pocket these balls to win the game, but I don't blame him for doing this either, as I had just stated. I think it's probably easier than it looks. from this point. Yep, there you go. Good shot. Very, very good. So Jake Doby, you can take the 1 or the 3. I like the 1. You might not like it, but I do. I think that's the better shot. So 4-4, race to 9. We're going on hour and 47 into the match. Yep, that was a good ball, Jake. You shot the right ball, too, in my opinion. And I think the opinion of a lot of listeners would agree. So Joey Parisi on the 3. 3 leads naturally to the 8. You just got to make sure you go above the side pocket. Don't put it in the side for a swim. Put a little left on it and just kind of coax it up table. Or, so look at that path right there. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Great speed, man. I 100% great speed. But any more spring action on that rail, and that ball goes right in the side pocket. Got to be careful of that. So I'll be right back in about 20 seconds here.
Yeah, that combo, I was just like, oh. I was thinking, you just make that ball and I just do safe. I was going to do that too, but.
So we are live again. CR Sports Bar, Coon Rapids, Minnesota. Mark Weaver in the booth. Mr. Jerry Johnson is overseas with his wife Terry, and over a trip in Europe. We'll be touring in Normandy tomorrow. What a special trip they're having over there. He had messaged a little bit earlier. It was 1:10 a.m. over there, and scratching the side. Oh, look at these balls dropping too. And excuse me, it was 1:10 in the morning over there, and he had messaged. And if you are Mark and Amanda, you got to love life right now, because these solids are wide open. Get your back tied up, make it a race to 4. You go 2 to the 7, 7 goes to the 6, 6 goes to the 5, 5 goes to the 4-3. The 4-3 goes, vice versa, and that gets you on the 8. This is a very, very, very good looking, wide open table. And you can go this way too. 6 to the 2, 2 to the 7. That'll work. Now from here, I'm trying to shape the 2. If I don't get it, obviously the 3 and 5 are there, but I wanna finish up table. That came up a little bit short. Not a problem, but just take the 5, then the 2, then the 3. But I would have preferred out of those 2 shots up there on that 6 and the 7 that I get really good on the 2. It's not a big deal. I mean, the 5 leads to the 2, don't get me wrong. But it just tidies it up that you take care of those 3, and then come down here. Because now Amanda will be shooting possibly over a ball on the 2. Not like entirely over the ball, but for me, this is an uncomfortable bridge position. So I'm probably going 3 to the 4, 4 to the 2, and then back from the 2 down to the 8 now. And again, clean up that 2 when you guys are up table. Clean that up.
Ryan Bowman, table 6.
And now the 2 is going to have to come to the 8. Do you see what I'm saying, though, is that you made it tougher. And it's not on their fault. I mean, you could have hit the 5 better, got on the 2, etc. But I feel that with ball in hand up there, that 6, I'm not shaping the 7. I'm shaping the 2 first from the 6. Or I go 2, 7, 6, and then come right back down table. I don't want to get in this situation where they are right now, trying to figure out how to get back from the 2, and I think he's straight in on the 4 too, which even muddies the water a little bit more. So we got to bring it over to the rail, and then bring it back out now, just like this, and you're going to go too far. Nope, that'll work still. Looked like it was going to zip off that rail. But Amanda should be able to just draw off this 2. The problem with this now is that 11 may come off that left side roll and bump back into the cue ball. But she should be able to come back down and almost get straight into the 8. Watch a double hit from the 11, though. See? Now the 11 comes and hits it again. Makeable ball here. But that could have really, really turned disastrous. That 11 comes out a 1/16 of an inch more, and they're in trouble. And then that's move Matt. That's Matt Krieger, who's blocking the view of the 8. Thanks, Matt. Good shot, Mark. Not an easy ball. Made it look easy, though. Very, very good. And that's a perfect example, too, that you might not take the balls in the most efficient or highest percentage of order, but you still get out. Now, that doesn't mean it's the best way to go, but a win's a win, right? However, over time, you want to stay with a higher percentage, almost like playing poker. You want to only be, in on some hands that you have a good advantage on. And that 11 could have very, very easily made this game and swung it back in the other favor. So you got to be careful with that. And that's the thing, too, just because we got there and just because we got the win, it doesn't necessarily mean that you did it the right way. That 2-ball was yeah. I mean, I'm killing that 2-ball. I'm not going to stop talking about it. But that 2-ball was not handled very well. And they still got out, so kudos to them. Very, very much so. The danger sometimes is that when you're playing pool, and I'm guilty of this, is that you might get out the wrong way, and sometimes that's dangerous because it doesn't really encourage doing things the wrong way, but you feel you can shoot your way out of stuff all the time, and often we can. But if we're not in gear or on top of our game, we know what happens when we're playing the lower percentages. It doesn't work out very well. But right now, we are race to 4. And this has been a really, really, really competitive match. These two teams are putting on a really, really grinding out this one. It is anybody's match in this. It's kind of the match where if they played like a race to 21, it's going to finish within a game or two. If they played a race to 15, within a game or two. Race to 40, finish a game or two. Well, Joey, 11 to the 15 or 11 to the 12 to the 15. That's all good. Now, the 13 doesn't go by the 12, so they're going to have to do the 12 first, I think. Does it go by there? It might go by there, but they got to do the 12 first. And really, if I'm Jake, I might take the 12 right now. Just because I would run the cue ball in between the 6-13. And they do have that 10 ball to deal with up there, too. I think, did he get on? Oh, it doesn't look like he liked it, but he does have the 9 ball up there. And if he wanted to, I think he could cross bank that 14, but I might be the only one in the country or the planet that would shoot that from here. And I wouldn't shoot that from here, but that is an option. It's a low percentage option. I think he can just cut it in, though, right? Yeah, he can cut it in. He can see it enough to make it. And they should be able to win this game from here, then. You make this ball, you should be able to win the game. Good shot, Joey. Well done. You hit that ball good. That was very, very good. Came a little bit far maybe with the cue ball, but not a big deal. And if I'm Jake, I might take that 12 right now, because if you take the 9, I don't know if he can get back on the 12 from where the 9 and the cue ball's a little bit to the right. See what I'm saying? So he might have to slow roll this 12 in. And I give him really good odds to make it. He hits that. He hits that. He's a straight shooter. He hits. Oh, I don't know if you want to elevate. Yeah. If I'm gonna hit this, I think I'm gonna slow roll because if I miss it, I want it to stay in or near that pocket. Mess it up for the 5 and the 3. The 3's got to go that way too. So I don't elevate on that, and if I'm going to shoot the 9, I'm going to draw straight back and try to bring the cue ball almost to the 8 ball.
Ball in hand anywhere.
Oh, what a good shot, Jake! Man, you hit that one good. You hit that ball very, very good, man. That was not an easy ball. Good for you. Way to stroke that one in. That was nice. Now you still have some work to do here, but that cue ball came in between that 6-13 and
I like to give him a little confusion.
that was nice. Now Joey, you got to come on the 9, get on the 13, and if you could get where the 7 is, that'd be great. But I don't think you can get there. I want to be on the bottom side of the 7, maybe. The cue ball will give you a good path off this 9, off that rail. You're going to get a good look at this ball, Jake.
Ball in hand in the kitchen.
Oh no! Oh no! Oh, Joey. Stay down, buddy. Stay down. Mark Steinhaus at the table. His partner on upper left corner, Amanda. And we are racing to 9.
What is the race?
Good shot. Race to 9. Oh, look at that 5 ball. 5 does go on the upper corner. And Amanda will have to shoot the 2 here, or she can stop shot on the 3 and tuck the cue ball behind the 8 on a safety if she wants. I think most people are going to try to get out here, but I could understand with that 5 ball being where it is, it does make it a little bit more difficult. I like this play. This is smart, Amanda. I really like this. Good shot. Look at that cue ball, too. She took away the kick. I think she did. Or made the kick way, way harder. If he's frozen on that 8, then he might not be able to kick this ball at all. No, he can get it. He can get to it. No, he's got to go 2 rails. Yeah, she hit that really, really good. Or is he going for the 9 ball? That was a smart play, Amanda. Well done.
Amanda's got good safety.
Now, if Little Joe was in here, I think he could 2 rail and make the 9. Yes, I think that's what he's doing too. 1, 2. Oh, that wasn't that bad of a try. Because if he didn't hit that 6, he was on a line to be very close to making it, or he might have even double kissed it in. Yeah, Joey, that 9 ball up there. Oh boy. Even if you left Jake tough up there, it still leaves you in the game. And now Mark will just have to shoot the 3. I might even start with the 5 here. Or take the 3 off the 5. One goes in the side. It does go in, it does go in the corner too. And oh, it did go. I thought it was gonna rattle up there. It looked like it was hitting that side rail too much. Now the quandary. I go forward here. Bump the 5 a little bit into the rail, and then it makes it easier to shoot it. Roll forward through it, just like that. Good shot. Very good. Nice. Very nice. Now Amanda can take the 5 in the side, roll the cue ball right over to the side rail, up above the side pocket, and take the 1 in the lower right corner. She could also take the 5 in the upper left corner, but I think it's a natural path just to bring the cue ball over to the right side rail. It floats over naturally. You could try to draw and get underneath the 1, but oh no! Oh no! Uh-oh! Look at this cue ball. Oh boy. Nope, you can't see it. Nope. Yep. See, he's confirming too, shaking of the head. That's a tough break. obviously, but sometimes you get a match like this where it's just so tight. Those little rolls like that are, I mean, obviously so beneficial to one team, but it's just kind of a bummer that that comes into play sometimes. But that is pool, right? Sometimes it's the way she goes.
They look like they're touching.
Yeah, I think they are, Leslie. I think they're touching. I don't think he can shoot through that at all. And they're in a really tough spot here. His best play might be to kick at the 13 and leave the cue ball down in the bottom rail if he can hit it. That's a good spot in the lower left. The lower left bottom rail, like in the first diamond, is a good spot. Somewhere in that area. The one does go on the side though, so I mean, he's gonna have to get a roll no matter what to not lose from here. Oh, he's gonna bank. Evidently, he thinks he can hit it enough to bank it cross side. This does have a chance then. Look at this. Oh my God! What a good try! What a good try.
It got in the vicinity.
And he might not have been able to see enough of it to actually make it, but that was a heck of a good try. And that was very creative too. You can manipulate that sometimes too. If he had enough of that ball where he could put some right English on it, on the cue ball, when that 9 ball hits the left side rail, it'll open up the angle, it'll widen it. But he might have been able to just only hit it too. So. And Mark is really in a spot where it's not easy to get on the one from here unless he goes all the way over to the left side rail and draws it like 1, 2, 3 rails. So elevate, take the 5 upper right corner. Cue ball goes into the upper rail, draws back over to the left upper side rail, just above that chalk, and then comes back over in between the 8 and the 1. Sounds like a lot, really, but low left and make that 5, and you should get there.
Chad Cermak, Jeff Banks, table 16.
Or you can play to take the 1 in the lower right corner too. You're almost guaranteed to get that shot, but I don't like shooting that ball. Fortunately, I'm not at the table, so I don't have to, but I think Mark's going to do my shot. Draw back. Couple rails. Just like that. Beautiful. Yep. Amanda can slow roll it. It'll leave a little bit of a cut on the 2 to slow roll this in the side, but they should have a very good opportunity to still win this game.
What's wrong with your messages?
Now, there is a way to get from the 2 to the 1, but
I'm trying to open
I
your
only recommend it if you're
There we go.
really good at hitting low left and inside on the ball. Because the cue ball could avoid the 8, go all the way up to the end rail, take the kind of the same path that Mark did, and come back over for the 1 ball. I think her concern is that by shooting the 1 on the side, she's going to leave Mark with a pretty steep cut on the 2 ball. And with it being the case, you're just going to have to resign yourself to the fact that that's what Mark's going to have to be looking at.
Messages saying you're up.
I think I'm going to snap that 1, 2 in the lower left corner and come back around the table with the cue ball
Mumble, Verizon.
and get on it the side myself.
Phone number 612-469-1513. Yeah, it's in your.
Yep. I like this play. She might even run to the 8 ball and hold the cue ball down here. Oh man, what a good try. She did use the 8. What a good try, Amanda.
All right.
That was a very good try because Mark can make that 1 from there too. Very good try. Very good. And Mark hit that 5 really, really good too. He just came a little bit too far with the cue ball. Sometimes, not sometimes, but a lot of times in pool, it's just that little bit extra or not enough on it that just really changes the outlook of the game. The landscape of it all. It just swings the momentum so quick. It's part of the beauty of the game. So Joey's just got to roll this in, and Jake is right in the 8, and they'll put him on 6. Good shot. Good shot, Joey. So we are in a race to 9 in this. There is a second match coming up after this. After this game. Or after this match, I should say. So 6-5, race to 9, live at CR Sports Bar. Mark Weaver in the booth, Coon Rapids, Minnesota. If you have not yet checked out the podcast that myself and Barry Cedargren, aka Barry Allen, have started up, go to the Facebook page, What Now in Pool dash the podcast. We do have a YouTube channel, created it last night. There's not a lot of content on there yet. We do have our 2 teaser videos on the YouTube. If you do go on there, please hit the subscribe button, and that'll keep you up to date when we load stuff on there. We anticipate putting on the YouTube not only our podcast, but we're going to do some player shots, like going over safety, certain shots. We had a studio and guest, for example. We might have them go over a certain shot and what they do in a certain situation. So keep an eye out for that, but we'll get to more of that soon here. But yeah, What Now in Pool, the podcast. Thank you all for the support in that. We came out of the gates pretty fast, and we've got a lot of guests still lined up. So it's really, really gratifying to see how well it's been met. So thank you all for that. Really appreciate the support, and we only hope to get better and better at that too. So Joey, he's made balls before in the break. I know the one time he made like 3, but he scratched. But typically so far he hasn't really pocketed balls on a consistent basis. Now, they're ahead 6-5. I might change up, especially if I win this game. I might change up and have Jake do a couple breaks, because if you get it to 7-5, Jake gets a good break and you get that game. You're on the hill. 8-5 doesn't guarantee you the win, but it sure shuts the door quite a bit. And I just think at some point that not making a ball in the break is leaving an opportunity, whether Amanda or Mark, take advantage or not. But I think it leaves an opportunity out there for your opponent to put together a package against you by not making a ball. And by a package, even if they win, run out your dry break, like here, to go 6-6 and then break and run the next one, 7-6, and then everything swings back the other direction big and fast. So I'd be really curious to see if Jake and Joey hang on to this game, if Jake breaks. I'd like to see that, but I think I would lose money if I thought for sure it was going to be a sure thing, because I think Joey will still break, which a lot of times in these Scotch double matches, what we've seen, and I agree with 100%, is having the the little bit higher rated or the more higher rated Fargo or better of the 2 if there is one, shoot your first shot and have the other person break. Marty in the house, Brandon Lefty Radke. The corporation has entered the building, ladies and gentlemen. Some of the best people in pool right there, the corporation. Always got smiles on their faces. I think I know why, but they got smiles on their faces even if you take that out of the equation. But what a bunch of good peeps. Everybody, we have so many. I hope I'm not beating the dead horse. We have so many good people in this pool community, not just Minnesota here in the Twin Cities, but in this region, and you all deserve a pat on the back for that. Look at this cue ball. Oh boy, how'd he hit it, man? Wow, very good, Mark. Oh my goodness, this is a tough spot now. Now you can't jump that. That is a jumpable ball, and you could pick the 4 or the 7, but the risk in that is if you don't clear that 8, you're opening up those balls for your opponent. So I might even kick off the bottom rail and just try to get a hit over here. Or that way is even better. There you go. If you go to the upper end rail and kick, you can open up the 2 and the 5, make them easier to get to. And Stripe still has to do work, to get this 8 out of the untied from that 13, but so does the solids. I kind of like that, because if you don't make a ball on the kick, you're giving them shots anyways. But at least if you go after this 2-5 here, you can open your 2 balls that are kind of tied up down there, I like that. I think that's a pretty good play. Now, Amanda does have a breakout on the 13 ball here. It's natural off that 10 ball. But I kind of like what Jake did there. It would have been nice to have the 2 and 5 move, but if they get an opportunity again, because Stripes has a good chance to run this one out. Good shot, Amanda. Well done. Well done. So they're going to have to navigate that 15 and the 9 up there. I kind of like doing the 15-9 as a combo. The 9 is on the rail, so you shoot it into the rail a little bit and then have it come off and then make the 15. And then you can bring the cue ball around and get on the 9. It's a very makeable combo. You just put the 9 into the rail a little bit so it comes back off the rail and then makes the 15. But what they do with the 8, we'll find out. I'm going up table from here, though, for sure. Or maybe not. Maybe not. Good try. Good try. And I think he missed that by trying to get that cue ball up there. I don't know if, trying to get up there perfectly, but he might have had an angle where he had to avoid those kisses. Regardless, he had missed the ball, so advantage now, solids.
Gene Albright, Nick Lard, table 6.
Joey Parisi at the table. Up a game. Somewhat in control of the table, but this isn't an easy one to get out from here. That 12 ball is going to be a thorn in their side, I think. But there are balls that could, move that and possibly make a ball off of it and then move it out of the way too. Now the 5 got in the way. And Jake might go from the 7. I would advise going from the 7 all the way up to the 2. And then from the 2, you can get an angle on the 4 where you run down into the 12. Good shot. Very nice. That was a straight stroke on that one. Well done. Now Joey should be able to take that 2 and then avoid the 15-9 with the cue ball. Or he could take the 5-9 or 5-12 and play a safety. Because if he shoots that 5-12 right now, check this out. Shoots that 5-12 right now, the cue ball will go off the 5 into the 1. 1 will go over to the right. And then the cue ball will be down in that lower left corner area, and it'll have the 8, 1, and the 6 blocking the view of the 13. And the only other balls they got is a 15 and the 9 up table. I think I might actually try to play a safety or off that 5. Then you'd almost force Stripes to play off the 9 and try to make the 15 from way down table here. But you can also get out here too. Oh, it caught a hanger, and the 12 is accessible, but boy, you got a really small window. I mean, a real small window. And if I'm Amanda, I'm not going to try to get on that ball from the 13. I'm going up to take care of that 15, 9, and I'm probably going to shoot that 9-15 combo. I'm going to go across, over to the right where her arm is, and then up to the end rail. I'm going to go 1, 2, 3 rails for shape so that I can shoot the 9 into the rail and then make the 15, and then my cue ball gets me on the 9. And off that, if I can, too. Oh, she's going to play the 15 now. That's okay, too. But what do we got here? Oh, boy. Now, Mark will have to shoot from the 13 and do the same path that I talked about Amanda doing and get on the 9. The only thing is that Mark is close to the rail and is going to elevate his cue. So from where Amanda was, she had a lot easier opportunity to take that path. And I think that was the right shot, going up table from Amanda's position and getting on the 9-15 combo. 'Cause anytime you elevate off the rail like this, and it changes things. And it doesn't do any good to go from the 13 to the 12, because if you don't get on the 12, which has a real small window, you're not getting back up to the 9 anyways. It's going to be real hard to get from the 12 to the 9, unless you want 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 rails with inside English. And you almost got to have the cue ball like right where the 4 is. So 1, 2, 3 rails to the 9. The cue ball will go right back about where it is off that rail, and then go up table and get on the 9. 1, 2. Oh no, scratch! Oh, dang! Oh boy!
I did not see that coming.
Yeah, I thought for sure that ball was going to come up past that side pocket right there. And again, that in hindsight, as I'd predicted, that if Amanda had a better cue ball, she had that same shot, and she could have went the path that Mark was trying to go, but Amanda had a full cue ball. And I think that she should have shot that and went up table. 100%, I think she should have from there. Or if she had gotten off the rail more from Mark, and Mark had a full cue ball, that ball gets a lot easier too. But I think pattern-wise, if Amanda does watch this back, I think she should learn on that situation there that she had a better opportunity to get up for that 9-15 combo. And she should have took that opportunity.
She could make that
So,
right here off the 5.
well, let's see what you got here. You gonna bank it? Yep, she's gonna try. And double kiss. That was a tough bank. I think it was really close to the rail, and that makes banking that ball tough. That makes that tough, man. That's a tough ball from there.
Michael's table 7.
I smell bacon. Oh, that's what it is. Potato skins. Oh my goodness.
So yes, you are smelling bacon.
Yes, that smells wonderful.
It tastes.
You know what else smells wonderful? Actually doesn't have a smell. Is cheesecake. It does have a smell though, don't it? Cheesecake does. And I would actually say that the closest smell that cheesecake has is heaven. That's the smell that comes to
One
mind.
of these days, when I make
Heaven.
cheesecake, I'll have to bring you a
Yes, bring some cheesecake. Absolutely. I would appreciate it so much.
really good cheesecake.
I don't know if people have caught this from listening to the commentary in the streams, but
Mark is a big
I'm a big fan. It's very good for my back pain. It is not FDA approved as medicine, but it is approved by me. So that's what matters. Oh, there we go. There's not many people in here, but you can hear people pretty well. It's not uncommon here in CRs though that some people are heard throughout the room at times. And I'm saying that as a compliment, pseudo, but it's all good. This should put him up 7 games. Uh-oh. Look at that cue ball. Okay, well, that makes it a little bit tougher.
It's an easy.
Yeah, you should make this ball.
Kim Superior is giving Jason Superior crap because Jason went 2 and out and Kim's still in it.
So Super Duper, who was up here on the stream briefly, is out of the tournament, and Kim Superior is
Oh,
rubbing it in, to say the least.
dogged it.
So that was what was in the background. And that may mean that the patterns that was suggested that was different than mine might not have been the right way to go. I'm just saying. I said what I said, but I would say that maybe that's an indication that the patterns just weren't right. I might have been hitting the nail on the head. Mark, right side pocket. And Amanda can make that ball from anywhere on the table. So we have a race to 3 now. 2.5 hours in, race to 3. Started out as a race to 9, but we got a race to 3, and that will move on to the next round. It's kind of how I expected some of these matches to go too, is just back and forth, and you cannot not like this. This is like grinding it out. I mean, these two again, like if they go to 15, it's going to be within a couple of games. If they go to 21, be in a couple of games. It goes a race to 40, it'll be within a couple of games, and that's just a compliment to both teams. I think they're very evenly matched, and I think both teams have kind of similar strength and also possibly similar weaknesses. And I think the weaknesses are going to be patterns and which ball they shoot in what order. So they're not alone on that. I suffer from that too, a lot of times. Unfortunately, we get good enough at making balls and shooting things, you know, all of us, that we get away with it sometimes. And but these two teams are very, very, very evenly matched. Now, the ball for stripes that would be tough is the 15. I think the 15 might actually go in the right side pocket. I don't want to shape it for there, but I think it does go there. Now Joey should have an opportunity to break it. It doesn't go in the side pocket now, but off this 11, he does have a chance to break it out. Now, the way I would play this is I'm going into the rail with the cue ball and then back into the 2 ball. I'm not going to try to cheat the pocket and slide up into it. I'm going to force the ball into the right side rail. Here, yeah, he's doing it. Watch this. Just like that. But he got stuck behind there. He's got the 10 ball over there. So that is a way that I would have played that exactly too. Go into the rail and then come out, but oh my, this is I'm so nervous for both of these teams. Neither team deserves to lose this match, in my opinion. It's been very, very fun to commentate this one. And these 4 too are I mean, not saying they're better than other people, but they're 4 of the funnest people in pool. I mean, Amanda is an absolute blast. She's always fun to be around, very optimistic and positive. Joey has never really said much ill words about anybody, and Jake is just all class. And of course, I can't say enough about Mark. One, he's one of my teammates, but you know his resume speaks for itself, and one of the more upstanding people that you'll see in our community too. One of the most liked, and he's earned every bit of that. Got a lot of mad respect for Mark Steinhaus. So Joey's going to side cut to 12. Watch the cue ball upper left rail off that 1. I don't think it'll scratch, but there is a path to get stuck up there. Oh, good try. So Amanda Garner at the table. Race to 9, CR Sportsbar, Coon Rapids, Minnesota. This is Mark Weaver in the booth. Flying solo. I've got Jerry's plane. I'm circling around, but no, Jerry, you're playing safe. Flying solo in the booth, though. Had Jason Sapir in there a little bit. We do have another match coming up, and there is a tournament here tomorrow, too. So it's going to be a busy, busy couple of days. Yeah, I should be able to make the 3 for me. I agree, Leslie. The 3 is the cue ball's in a good spot for that 3 ball. Now, what I do on here is I play for the 1, but I draw into the 1, and then I just bump it towards the side pocket so I can take it in the corner or I take it in the side, one of the 2. But I shape the 1 off of this ball. Intentionally just bump the 1 firm down table on your view. You could hit it with inside as well and go around a couple rails and get in the 6, but I like bumping, just bump the 1, playing the 1 next.
Give him help, Kim.
Oh, he went around. He could go around it. That was even better. Even better. I thought he had to run into the ball, but definitely a better thing to not have to move if you don't have to. Good shot, Mark. Now the ball they're having to work on is the 8 ball, but the 7 will come in real handy for that in 1 second here. Watch this. Yep, perfect. So Mark can take the 7 run the cue ball over into the 8 gently, and you're on the 2, you're on the 6, or the 1. You'll probably have, Amanda will have 1 of 3 balls to pick from. But he should be able to open up the 8. He doesn't have to open up the 8 either, because it does go in the corner, but I don't like cutting that 8 down in the lower corner, because it's kind of a back cut. And I think if he'd have ran into there with the cue ball, it just makes the 8 way more accessible.
Jim Weininger, Jody Bulmers, table 21.
And as is often the case, watch them prove me wrong and just get perfect shape on the 8s. But the 8 does go in the lower left corner. It does. I just don't like shaping that ball where it is, especially from the 6 to the 8. And maybe in hindsight, again, that's something Mark can look at when he's in that spot in the 7 there. I think if he ran that cue ball into the 8 and just popped that 13 ball away from it, I think it makes it out a lot easier. And I hope they get out here, because I don't want to commentate jinx them, but it wouldn't surprise me if that 8 ball is going to be their Achilles heel if they lose this game. It's going to be solely on the 8 ball. Because you could end up on if you take the 1 first or the 6, you could end up on the last ball left on the table in a angle or position where it's difficult to even get on the 8.
Yeah, you guys are good. Go ahead. 8 is rented as far as I know.
And if he can make it will make it easier, in my opinion, going from the 6. There you go. Good shot. It'll make it easier to go from the 6. And now, look at this now. Look at this angle here. That, if I have ball in hand, that might be about perfect right there. Because Amanda can go up to the upper end rail. The cue ball is going to end up just right at that first diamond up there. And it's all going to be speed control. It's actually going to the cue ball is going to land about halfway between the first and second diamond. And if you can get there, it's perfect. But if you go too far, you lose your ball. I like to stay left of that. It makes the 8 maybe a little bit tougher, but I don't bring that 12 into play. And I'm at least going to guarantee that I get a shot on the 8. But, yeah, they're in a really good spot here. And, again, like I said a couple minutes ago, they're probably going to prove me wrong and show me that there's a really good shot, very good shot. And they did. They proved me wrong, 100%. They played this out very, very well. I think they might have took balls. Maybe they could have broke that 8 ball out, but, man, that was a very, very good out again.
Of course it did.
So I either had to try and bank the freaking 10 long rail.
Watch you scratch if you float it. Oh, he missed it. Oh, my goodness. Uh-oh. That was in a really good spot, though. And I think Mark should have snapped that a little bit firm. And instead of trying to float the cue ball, what will happen sometimes when we float the cue ball like that, if we're off on our aim and put a little English on it, we're really not making the ball. I think Mark would have been better off to stroke that one in. And again, they proved me wrong once again, because they handled that rack very, very well. Impressed. Now Joey and Jake are basically on cleanup here. If they clean these up, one break and run puts them on the hill. And the closer they get to the hill, the closer I get to ordering my in-between match snack. If anybody cares. What exciting commentary, huh? Good shot. Yeah, good shot. Nice cleanup, guys. And Mark and Amanda, you two played that rack unconventionally, but wow, you played that really, really well. It was impressive. And regardless how this ends up, I think that it might be a tough one to look back on. So 7-6, race to 9, CR Sportsbar in Coon Rapids, Minnesota. This is Mark Weaver in the booth. Got another match coming up. after this, and just I'll let everybody know too. I'm gonna do my best. This next one with the Corporation got Mindy and Travis E playing against them, and I'm gonna do everything I can to go for the whole thing. I do have a tournament in the morning. All right, I do have one here back at CR's, and getting down to Prior Lake from here can be about a 45-minute drive. Make it about an hour with a stop at Quick Trip, and I don't spend 15 minutes at Quick Trip. That sounded so bad. That's obviously not a Quick Trip if I'm at a Quick Trip for 15 minutes, right? But so about an hour down there and then crash out and then an hour back in the morning. So I'm going to do my best to hang through the whole next match. I want to give them due diligence on that. So I might have to get the staff here to feed me a couple of more Red Bulls
Look at that cue
to
ball.
make it. Yeah, I think the 5 will go for. I think they can make the 5 from there. Yeah, I think he can. He can back cut that 5 unless. Yeah, I think he has room on there. It looks like visually from here, anyways. I don't think he can make the 9. If he could, boy, stripes are really, really wide open. But if he can make this 5, solids are pretty good too. The cue ball will go over to the right side rail. If he hits them inside, he might be able to go into the 1 ball, and then he'd be shaping the 6. Or even shape the 1. Yeah, he can make this ball. Only thing he's trying to navigate here is how the cue ball is going to react around that 13. If he can avoid it, I think he's well off. Yes, very good shot. Very good shot, Mark. Amanda Garner at the table now, playing a real solid match. All 4 of these people are playing really, really good match here. I mean, yes, they've had a couple misses here and there, but this is as competitive as it can get.
He should be on special.
Looks like he must be. Because I remember he initially went on 5.
I know. So you're gonna be 17 cents short.
Now, I don't think the 3 goes in the lower right corner. So if I'm Mark, I'm going to load this up with some right English. I'm going to go 1, 2 rails, come back into the middle of the table and shape the 7 or the 4. I'm probably going to try to get on the 7, though. And with inside English, he can go to the upper end rail, over to the right side rail, avoid the 3, and then bring the cue ball in between the 11 and the 9. He may end up on the 2 in the side or 2 in the corner, but my target on this shot is to get on the 7. If I get on the 7, I can slide to the 4, or I can take the 2, and the 2 gets me on the 3. There's a lot of opportunity in the middle of the table.
Natural top off the 1 brings you down in this area.
So let's see what he does here. I think he's going to go my 2 rail shape on this, or just punch it into the rail. 1, 2 rails. There's my position right there. And he got on the 7. How'd he hit it? That is a really, really good spot. Now the 8 will have to go in the lower left corner, so they're going to have to find a way to get on the 3 and then come back to one of these 2 balls. I might be tempted to take the 2 here. The 2 to get on the 3, but it's not easy. I think you might run into the 3. Because that 4 will get you on the 8. The 2 could as well, but they're going to have to transition from the 3 to one of these 2 balls if she shoots the 7. And I think from the 3, getting on the 7 is the easiest.
That should do
Well,
it.
there we go. And I don't know. It looks like Mark has an angle even maybe to get the cue ball in between the 9, 14 and get on the 3, or roll forward and have a thin cut in the 3. See what he does here. Gonna roll up. Oh, he went over to the side road. Yeah, there you go. There you go. Now, the shot of the match coming up right here. This is probably the key shot of the match so far. You get on this ball, you tie it up. If you don't get us on this ball, you're probably going to lose this game. And I like going forward with this, going 2 rails. You have a small window to get on that 4, though. Go up to the end rail, over to the left side rail, and then, in fact, I might even try to shape. Well, that's a good spot, too, if you can hold that cue ball. But I don't mind going 2 rails and maybe leaving me a cut on the 4 on the side, but oh, boy, this is a tough one. I don't mind the slow roll either. Slow roll and leave a longer shot on the 4 because you're guaranteed a shot. If you go around 2 rails, you might not get a good shot on that 4 at all. But this cue ball is going to float away from her if she slow rolls it.
She's using both.
Yep, she's gonna draw across. You don't want to hit these 2. There's the trouble. Nope, it came through. Oh boy, this is a tough one. But
It's an odd
she did get him on the ball. You could bank this in the upper left corner, but if he cuts this, the cue ball is going to probably, it might avoid the 8 or it's going to, in fact, you might even scratch if he hits follow on this. I don't think he will scratch, though. But he doesn't have many pockets for that 8 either. This will be, should be able to run into the 8, right? Right? Yeah, there you go. Oh, man, good try, good try. Look at, he would have been on it, too. Man, that was a good try, Mark. Now the key will be if that 12 goes by the 8 ball, and I don't think it does.
It doesn't look like it does.
Yeah, it looks a little tight to get by there. But if Joey can make this 11, he might be able to move the 12 off this ball. I know he's got the 9. He's got the 14 if he wants. I wouldn't shoot that ball. Not right now anyways. What's up, Tommy Ross? So the 12 will be the key to get on the hill or tie up at 7. And I guess we'll find out if the 12 goes, too. Yeah, it must go. Oh, yeah, it goes. It goes. Then it gets... Oh, no, it doesn't go. Oh, no. Oh, boy, oh, boy, oh, boy. You know, I understand... If you think it goes, I understand doing that, but you had major control of that table. And that, if it was really, really tight, I don't know if I'd have shot that right there. But, oh boy, this is this is getting intense. We're looking at a race to 2 to advance here. Barring something catastrophic off this 8 ball. Oh, good shot, Mark. Good shot. So 7-7, race to 9. Live at CR Sportsbar. It's race to 9. I'm sorry, Equin. I'm not on the YouTube as much as I normally am, but it's a race to 9. So actually, right now it's a race to 2. Sorry for not checking your message sooner. I apologize on that. And if you have not yet hit that subscribe button, please do. Hit the thumbs up, thumbs down as well if you're enjoying the stream. And as long as you're hitting subscribe buttons, go over on YouTube. It's a basic start to our YouTube page for the What Now in Pool podcast. But we did get that set up last night, and there's a couple of teaser clips that have already been released. And go over there real quick, maybe in between these 2 matches, and hit the subscribe button there. That'll keep you up to date on all the new podcasts that'll be released. And also, we're going to have some smaller player instructional reels and things like that, too, and some fun stuff. So, but we got a race to 2 here. Amanda Garner at the table breaking. And looks like the 3 will go. Yep. So, Mr. Mark, are you going to bank the 7 or can you cut that in the side? And you guys will be off and running. You could take stripes if you. There's a couple things you could do. You could take that 14. Now I don't recommend this, but if you take that 14-11 combo and make that, you're out. You're on the hill. If you take the 7 and can cut it in the side, you're going to move the 8, and you could possibly get stuck over there and not have a shot on a solve that you're going to like. You could take the 1, very tough shot. I don't like taking the 2, and it's not bad to take the 15 just to get control of the table some, but that 7 ball is going to be a it's going to be a tough one for you to navigate around if you start out with that 15. Because you have to get on the 9. 9 will get you to the 13 though, and then you could splash into those balls. If he does have the 5, I think I would probably start with the 5, but again, you're going to have to get on that 7 at some point. And if you don't like to bank or cut it, you're not going to like it from other spots on the table, so you might as well take it right now. See what I'm saying? You might not get as good of a look on that 7 as you have right now. And I don't blame you, Mark. It's decision time. The problem with the 7 is that the cue ball will go into the 14. You might go into the rail and then hide behind those stripes over there. It's a really good chance to get plugged over there unless you hit it nice and firm. Oh boy. I'll say this. I'm glad I'm not in this position right now. I might have started with the 7, but I trust Mark's judgment on not taking that ball too. Played with him on a league team, played against him enough that if he didn't like that 7, that means it wasn't as easy as I was contending that it was. But Amanda now, she's eyeing it up like it's like she likes it. Yeah, she actually, I think she, well, no. If you're going to shoot one of those balls, you got to take the 6. Shooting the 1 doesn't help you, I don't think. I think you have to take the 6. And, nope, she likes it. I like this. I like this courage. I like this confidence too. Very good, Amanda. Very, very nice. It does leave Mark that cut on the 1. The 8 does go, but I like that play, Amanda. That's good. I think Mark had kind of the same look on that, but rewatching this and stuff, Amanda, that's yeah, you deserve that drink right there, that sip. I think that was the right shot. Well done. Very, very well done. There's a lot of the people that are in here for the Friday night tournament, if they're not playing it, they're spectating on this match. You got a lot of people checking this out, as rightfully so. Good shot. Hold up, cue ball, hold up. Well, now, unpopular opinion, but I think I shoot that 4-6. The 4 will come down towards the spot and draw back and get on the 2. But if that pocket is big up there, I don't blame taking this 2. From my view on the screen and maybe at home, it looks like it's kind of tight up there, but Amanda likes it, so I think there's plenty of pocket, obviously, for the 2 ball. It's just whether you hold the cue ball. If she doesn't hold it for that same pocket, then the 6 goes, so... Oh, plenty of room up there. Oh, no! Oh, she bumped the 6. There was plenty of room to go up there. And, again, that's my bad on that. It looked like it was tighter from here, but she's playing good. Really good pool. Now, Mark has the 4. If he doesn't have the 4 directly in the pocket, I think he can go off the rail and then maybe off the 15. But I think he has enough room to make it in there. The problem with a ball this close and like if it's a really tight pocket is that it's hard to hit it firm. And he has to hit it kind of hard, firm enough to be able to get on the 6. If he hits it soft and just runs the 6 maybe up to the end rail, you're not going to have a shot coming back. Let's see what he does here. And I don't know if he can snap it firm off the upper rail and then off the 15 and have it carry him into the pocket. I think that shot is there, but boy, this is a tough spot. Can't bank any of these balls. Yeah, this is a tough one here. Now, does the 4-2 rail in the lower right corner? Only a one pocket player would probably look at that. I don't think it goes. So. If Mark wanted to, he could lay this 4 over there, and if it doesn't make it, it'll block that pocket, and then Stripes has a work to do with that 15, especially with the 6 out in the open table like that. So if he pocket speeds this and just hangs it over there, that's good too. I think he's going to make it though. Watch this. Oh, what a shot! What a shot! Cue ball might have got a little bit away from him, but Amanda is at the table, and man, what a shot, Mark. I think he might have been as much concerned about getting on the 6 as he was about making the 4. I can't see the screen when you do that. Sorry. I know, but I can't always see the screen when you're reaching out there, Leslie. I'm sorry. It's well, when you're talking on the side though, and it's hard sometimes. Now the bank on the 6. It's a big pocket up there where she's at with that stripe right there, but this ball cuts too. What's up? Good. You're not. You could make it up if you want to give me one of those potatoes. I'm just kidding. I don't want it. I've got cheesecake coming. Don't worry. Well, yeah, of course I do. Oh no! Oh. Well, kick shot. Yep. Absolutely, 100%. Kick this in. Kick it in. She's got her hands in front of the screen. Yes, kick it in for the win. Right now, if you come light on this side, on the bottom side of the 8, it might carry him off the 10. But
there's almost no reason it shouldn't go.
Yeah, kick it in. Man, is this intense. Race to 2. First place in this tournament. This is only the first round, so there's more to go. But first place in this tournament, again, pays $6,000. Second place pays $4,000. Wow. What a match. What a match. All 4 of you. If I wore a hat, I would tip it to you, but those days are behind me. Here we go. Here we go. To get on the hill. Mark Steinhaus. 7-7, race to 9. 8, right side pocket. And oh my gosh, he hit that good. That was a really good try. Stripes, unfortunately, are wide open, but man, Mark, that was a really good try. You weren't that far off at all. Yeah, for this here is pretty much cleanup. The 15 leaves them right to the 8 ball, and all they got to do is just not necessarily miss. And even with the 8 up there, if you miss, I mean, you're looking at a tough bank, but they're 100% supposed to get out from here. If he wants, he can stop here and take the 12 on the side too. You don't necessarily have to shape the 13. Well, now you got to shoot a combo, I think. All right? No, he's got the 13. Never mind. Good shot. Take this ball and bring the cue ball right up table. You can shape the 9 or the 12. But whatever you do, guys, leave that 15 up there for you. It'll make things way, way easier. There you go. Good shot. Nice firm stroke, too. Well done. Don't come across too far. Oh, you want to come across enough. A little bit of a short stroke, but if I'm Joey, I think I'm going to cut this 12. Hit it with some inside, keep the cue ball down here. You can go 15 and come back to the 12. That's fine, too. I'm probably cutting the 12 with a bunch of inside, but I don't blame him from going 50 or even banking it. I don't blame him on that shot either. Now, if you miss, you do leave a bank on that 8 open. I think the 8 might be close to frozen, but it does bank. And here's another thing with that 8 ball out there that he might not be taking into account is that a side rail kick to that corner where that stripe is, that's a big pocket on a kick. It's a big pocket up there. So now we're going to see it. If I'm Amanda, I kick this 8 ball. Look at that stripe up there. That is like a bumper. I don't know if I don't try to bank this ball. I kick at this ball. Because all you have to do is get it moving towards that pocket, and it's going to go in. You're either going straight in, or it's going to go off the rail a little bit and then go off the stripe, or it's going to go off the stripe. Oh, she's going to bank it. And if it's off the rail, it's a fairly consistent bank shot too. But I myself encourage her to kick at this 8 ball. But she'll switch this because she's Amanda Garner. She plays some really, really good pool. Watch this. Oh, a little bit outside. Yep. I really feel. I mean, if she's confident in doing that, I don't blame her 100% for doing it. But I really feel that kicking at that 8 ball was the right play.
She can normally bank really, really good.
Yeah, with that stripe up there, that was a big, big pocket. She just had to get the 8 moving over there, and it would be good.
Jeremy Damel, Sean Holmes, table 21.
Careful you don't jam this ball off that left point and rattle it. And by trying to create an angle, you might even want to go rail first, but it should be a pretty cinch to get on the 8 ball. Just don't jam it off that point. There you go. Good shot. Well done. Well done. Very good, man. Very good. It'll be 8-7. This will put him on the hill, barring miscue or something like that. There you go. 8-7, race to 9, live at Sierra Sports Bar. We are in Coon Rapids, Minnesota, of course. Mark Weaver in the booth, and this is a incredibly good match. Jake Doby racking, and I think they're going to have Joey break again, or is Jake going to break this one? I think Jake's going to break. Yep. As I predicted a few games ago, switching this up, because Joey wasn't breaking bad, but he wasn't making balls. And I think it was, 7-7 or 6-6 or whatever. I mentioned that if they were going to switch, who would be breaking, and here we are. Jake Doby again.
Chad Cermak, Ron Michaelis,
I like him breaking in this position, being in there. Oh no! And there's so much for my theory. Oh boy. Ow. 3 goes in the side. The 8 would be trouble though, so I'm taking stripes here. I'm going to take stripes. I'm going to start with a 13 in the upper left corner, and I'm going to slide the cue ball just up table and get on the 10. 10 will get me to the 11, 9, or 12. And if I get on the 14, I'm automatically on the 15. So I take that 13 in the upper left corner, or even the upper right corner. I like going to the left corner, though, and just slide between that 3-10. If I come down too far off that, I probably got the 12 in the corner, but I shouldn't go that far. But that's the ball I shoot first. Because stripes gets you on the 8 way better than solids does. Even though there's less on the table, the odds are if you take solids, you probably bank in the 8. 13 ball. That's the start point for me. 13 ball. Cue ball in between the 3 and 10. Unless the 15 passes that 30. Oh, the 15 goes by that 13. But I think I still take the 13 to start out. Yeah, the 15 goes by. All right, take the 15 and then the 13. That'll work too. It's tight over there though, ain't it, Jason? It goes by there, but
It's pretty tight.
yeah. Apparently, Mark is okay with it though. Either he may be okay with Amanda
He
shooting
sees
it.
something that hopefully Amanda sees the same thing.
Yeah, with that 13, I mean, again, I'm going to beat that dead horse. That 13, you shoot that in the corner, everything's wide open. But there's a lot of ways to get out on tables, and there isn't always a right or wrong. It's just get it done. Play winning pool, you just find a way to get it done, and that's good too. Shouldn't be overlooked.
Whoa.
Lost. No, 14 I think still there, but nope, maybe
I
not.
think she wanted to leave Mark that 10 though.
Yeah,
to fly out
I might have
over
went to
that.
the 14 from there, but 10 still works for me, right? But cue ball might take a weird roll if he catches that 6. I think he's got the 14, right? Are my eyes that bad? Yeah, they are. My eyes are that bad. And I'm playing in a tournament
Well,
tomorrow.
I can tell you when you're looking at the screen, it looks like it don't go, but
Yeah, he's eyeing it down like a last bite of a cheeseburger or something. Yeah, good shot. It did, plenty of room there. Man, is this intense. What a match. These four have put on one incredible match. Stop shot. Nice. Now, I'd like to not hit the 10 here, but
this is a tough shot.
if I'm going to hit the 10, I'm probably going to come out of there pretty firm, but I don't think he has to hit it at all. I think he can avoid it. If you bump it, though, and move it towards the 8, that makes things a lot tougher. Oh, good shot. Oh.
Uh-oh.
Oh,
I
no.
really hope she can still see that 9 ball. If not,
Well, even if, yeah, even if she can't, I mean, the 8 is accessible for solids, but it's not really in the easiest spot.
man,
And I don't like shooting that 8, down in this corner pocket, but they might have to if solids gets to the table.
she's eyeballing
If,
this.
if Amanda can make this ball, they're not getting back. Their Stripes should win this game. Because I know this shot is in Amanda's wheelhouse for sure. And then naturally, if she can make this ball, it naturally gets you on the 10. Just don't come up short. Oh, yeah, she's got the ball.
Getting down on
Yeah.
it.
She don't like it, no.
It must be really tight. It sure looks like it's tight though on the
Yeah.
screen here.
Can't see over there at all either. I don't think she can cut that 10 from there. She's gonna, but that's a tough
That
shot.
2 ball's gonna go flying.
Yeah, it is.
You gotta hit that 10 pretty thin. Oh boy. Well, here goes.
There is a spot to play safe on here, but yeah, I give her a good chance to make this. Oh, no. She was about as close as you could get, though, because she had to hit that really, really thin. Really thin.
Oh, that's a bummer. Man,
No, they just got to clean this up.
could have just got on that 9 ball. It would have been golden.
Yeah, it's too bad that 5 is on the table, because if that 5 wasn't there, I think he could have comfortably went off the rail into the 10 and just moved the 10 out a little bit and
Oh yeah.
shot it. But with the 5 down there, there could have been a chance that they might not have had a shot either. So,
Yep. Well, he left him a little short there.
yeah. I like the 1
He's
here.
still got options though.
1 gets you right to the 3. 6, he might end up on the upper end rail there. Or the 5 is a little bit easier shot too, ain't it? I'm sorry, man. Somebody's grabbing a glove in front of me here.
Wait, what are they grabbing?
Glove. I left a glove down there. Uh-oh. Oh, boy. Here we go.
Jump shot.
Opportunity for Hill. surprised he didn't.
The 9 ball's there. I forgot
surprised,
the 9 was sitting
I'm surprised
there.
he didn't shoot the 5 there. I think the 5 was a lot more
Come on, Mark, you got this.
a higher percentage.
Can't tell who I'm rooting for, can you?
Well, typically we are unbiased here in the booth, but I can
Yeah.
understand completely with your connection. But oh,
Alright.
oh, that one almost caught a
This-
hanger too.
This is no gimme. You gotta punch this with low right. Leave Mark all the way right where she's standing with her hand there. That's the pocket you want to shoot the 8 at. Nice little stun draw to the top rail and float over for the 8.
I predict I think she might end up going between the 3 and the 6. I don't. Does she have the draw stroke to come up to the end rail?
We're gonna find.
She
well,
might.
she's
Oh,
hitting this.
oh, yeah. It'll go above the 3 like this one. Oh,
Oh,
no, way too
nope.
short. See, she could have went there firmer, and then in between the 3-6 with the cue ball.
That's why I was saying.
There was a path right there.
You had to put a little English on that. You had to punch
Yeah.
it.
Well, the path she was though, Jason. If she hit that firmer, it's going right between the 3-6, and then she'd had the 8 up in the corner.
Did you see what I was saying though? If you cut it with low right, and that spin goes up to about right where the cue ball is, and then spins over to that side rail for the 8. Now Mark's in a tough spot here. I don't think he can see it.
His play may be to jump and cross bank the 8 in the left side pocket.
Wonder if he can spin it enough into the rail to still cut the 8 all the way down.
If he does do that cross bank jump, though, that lower right corner is a big scratch. I don't know if he can go. If he goes off the rail and brings it in the 8 in the lower right corner,
Scratch
that
on
cue
the
ball might
side.
scratch on the side. Yeah. And if he kicks from the end rail down here, that's a good shot too. But boy, that's low percentage. Yeah, he's going to do that. I think he feels more comfortable with that than the jump cross bank. Jump cross bank is not an easy shot. Just because I say it like it's so easy, it is very difficult. Well, here we go. He's going to hit the right side of the 8 ball, I think. Yep.
Oh, he got the titty on the side pocket.
Oh boy.
Bummer.
She hit that ball too soft.
Now the ball to get on the 8 the best, in my opinion, is going to be the 5
What
ball.
happened in the side pocket? Did
And
she
if
hit
you
it
go
too
on the 5 to the lower left corner, cue ball comes down to the bottom rail over the right side rail, and you take the 8 in the upper corner. So I go 6-3-1-5 or 6-1-3-5. But I want to be on the left side of the table with that 5 ball, or even straight up the table from it.
Yeah, I think you're right. 6-3-1 though. I wouldn't go 6-1-3. I go 6-3-1.
Yeah. Depends on where he ends up off the 6, so he might have to go 1-3.
Yeah. Come on, man.
But yeah, 6-3-1-5, I believe, is the most consistent pattern here. Don't go 6 to the 5. Well, yep, there you go. 3, 1. Don't shoot the 5.
He's gonna shoot the 3.
Now the thing that, and you can get there on the 8 from, on the 5 from different spots on the table. I like to be just straight up the table from it though. So I have a natural angle. Natural angles just make pool so much easier. You don't have to do things with the cue ball except just help it along its path.
He is. He is gonna go to 1.
Yeah.
Nope. Now he's thinking.
Oh, he's getting flustered. You got to take a step back, shake, and clear your head.
Yeah, he did. He's still gonna go 3.
Yeah,
I
3
think
to
that's
1.
the way to go.
There you go. Good shot. And,
Now it's all going to depend on where Parisi leaves him on the 5.
yep. I mean, again, you can manipulate. Right there, right where the tip was. That's where I'd want to be. In fact, the line that you're on right now is almost perfect. And if you get off that line, with only the 8 left on there, you can still get there. Don't get me
Even
wrong.
If you come too far across the table,
Yeah,
then
you
you use that side rail. to
Yep,
get
you can
across
still
the
get
table,
there,
yeah.
but for ease, it's just a natural.
He's pretty straight.
That's all right. He can draw back, but yeah, that's a little bit straighter than I'd want to be. Still, he should be able to handle this. Come down. I think he's going down to the
Jake
bottom
shoots
rail.
pretty confident.
There you go. Good
at that
shot.
spin he put
Yeah,
on that
nice little
ball.
spin on it. And
Man.
Joey for the win. What a match this has been. Wow. These two teams could, like I said, could play for any number, and they're going to be within a couple of games. There it is. 9-7, we have a victor. Joey Parisi and Jake Doby. over Amanda Garner and Mark Steinhaus. We will probably stop the stream and then restart it. I'll get my tech guy up here, Mr. John Condra, to handle that aspect of it. But we're going to probably stop the stream and restart it. And then so you've got to take a break. We'll be back in maybe 5 to 10 minutes. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Hit that subscribe button. You got time to go hit the bathroom, do what you got to do, and then we'll be back in a few minutes. I'll have John Connor come here and take care of that. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in. We'll be back. Got another match coming up here in a few minutes.